What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Dirty Bird Fly Through, man. Y'all know who I am. Chandler back here with y'all, man. Tonight we're going to talk about the Falcons 2026 NFL Draft in its entirety. A final day of the 2026 NFL Draft was today. The Atlanta Falcons made four selections today, so going to take a look at it, man. But before that, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share out. Was here with y'all Thursday and last night, obviously. And I had some stuff going on today, so I wasn't able to go live during the draft. But here better late than never. So just make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share out. You see the Venmo, and as always, tap the link. The link is in the chat. Tap the link. Join the conversation. But anyways, man, I wanna take a look at this draft. But really, before I want to give props to Ian Cunningham for what I think is going to go down as a successful first draft for him. I feel like a lot of these picks, especially early on, make sense. You can explain every one of them and why they did it. And even with these last few picks, the Falcons adding depth in, positions that obviously needed them. And also a guy that was picked in the sixth round that could actually end up being one of the stills of the NFL draft. But obviously, at pick 48, the Falcons did select Avieon Terrell, the younger brother of AJ Terrell, and he has followed in his older brother's footsteps every step of the way. They both played corner at Clemson. They both played corner at Westlake, and now they are teammates playing on the opposite sides of each other here for the Atlanta Falcons. That's a story that you can't write. And, you just want to talk about this being about family, above anything else. And, but very rarely, only a few times in NFL history do I think you've seen two brothers, get to play each other, but let alone they're drafted by the same team. That's just something that is you can't write that. You just can't write that. And it's absolutely beautiful, man. But let's be very clear: Avieon Terrell was not selected just because his brother is an all-pro corner that plays for the Atlanta Falcons. Avieon Terrell was selected because he brings some true upside. He is able to play in the nickel. He's able to play on the outside. He can blitz. He's very aggressive. He's a little small in size, but he's big in heart. He's a good solid tackler. And the areas that he's a little rough around the edges on, you can absolutely believe his brother is going to be able to work with him on, man. So the fact that he's going to be able to have his brother there with him every day now, going to work every day, playing on the opposite sides of each other, he just look to the opposite side of him and he sees his brother. That's something that's absolutely special. But this guy brings a true upside to this team. In his versatility. And that's really what the Falcons need under Jeff Ulbrich. They need guys that can be versatile. They need guys that can, play multiple positions. That's what Avieon Terrell is going to be able to do for the Atlanta Falcons. So yeah, man, a great first selection by Ian Cunningham there. I really, really do love it. The only concern, honestly, is I think number one, his size, and especially some of the receivers that you're going to have to be going up against in the division. I think that is a little bit of a concern. But the only reason that Avieon Terrell really did slip to begin with was his I think there was a pre-draft injury concern. He wasn't really that special in workouts, mainly because of an injury. Um, and that is a lot of the reason why he actually ended up falling to the second round. Man, Avieon Terrell really should have been a first round selection if we're going to be completely honest. And that was a great value pick too, man. Sometimes look. this is the deal. You see a lot of NFL teams really overcomplicate the selection. A guy is there that's clearly falling and shouldn't be there, but they still get caught up, or they're trying to get too cute with their draft picks. They're trying to draft these projects. But sometimes, man, you just got to go with the best player on the board. And I'm going to be honest, that is what I think Ian Cunningham did in a lot of situations. And it's pretty funny because the a guy who had Ian Cunningham's job before him always talked about best player available, but as we saw a lot of times outside of the first round, did he rarely ever take the best player available? And that's the reason that Terry Fontenot got fired, because he missed on these later round picks. And see, the thing is, especially in the NFL, you got to realize the league is built through day 2 and day 3 draft picks, especially day 2. That is where teams get their contributors from. No, these are not guys that, are household names per se, but they're the contributors to the team. They're the guys that really are putting it all together. So when you put that into perspective, I think Ian Cunningham did a really good job with that overall in this draft. What's up, OG?
What's happening, man? What's happening?
Hey, shoot, we just over here talking about what's been happening these last few days.
Okay, man. Continue with the your analysis of the players.
Hold on. What give your what do you think about that? I know we talked about it last night. You weren't too hot on the pick last night. What do you think about the Avieon Terrell pick now? As we reflect a day later.
Well, I get it. I still just think that initially I was looking for them to address the trenches with the top tier defensive tackle, or maybe even an offensive guy. But I was leaning towards the trenches on the defensive side. But I'll get into um, my change of heart about the entire draft. I'm not gonna just harp on one draft that I wasn't in favor of initially. But I'll get into that later.
Okay. Let's see. The next selection, pick 79, the Falcons selected out of the University of Georgia wide receiver Zachariah Branch. Now, this was a pick that was obviously very popular, just as the Avon Terrell pick was. Another guy who I felt like shouldn't have been there. He absolutely slid, I think mainly due to the fact that there was an incident about a week ago that happened in Athens where he was placed in handcuffs and he was arrested, but it was honestly um, a very petty situation, especially on the officer's part. This was a guy that I would have expected absolutely would have won in the second round. Matter of fact, um, when and we were live last night. I was just we were kind of just talking. I realized when we got to about 72, pick 72, Zachariah Branch is still there, and I was very kind of confused by that. His height is also maybe a concern, but man, you're getting a real weapon in this guy. The Falcons wide receiver room, I truly feel like, was missing a guy with the versatility of a Zachariah Branch. Someone that can also contribute on special teams. He is in, I believe he's going to be our starting punt returner. He could also be the starting kick returner. This guy could become an absolute monster on special teams. But this is essentially baby Taylor Gabriel. You're gonna be able to run art. You're gonna be able to run bubbles with this guy, screen passes with this guy, end arounds, jet sweeps, reverses, you name it. This is going to be your guy for that. You are putting 4.35 speed on the same field as Bijan Robinson. That was a no-brainer when he was still on the board. So, honestly, man, if you're asking me my favorite pick of the whole draft, it was Zachariah Branch, because I truly feel like he could actually have been, because I said heading into this draft, I feel like the Falcons need one more receiver to really be able and complete this wide receiver room. the top end of it. Obviously, we got Drake London. He's our number one. We got Jahan Dotson. We're expecting that he can become the number two, or at least be a starter. And then we signed Olamide Zaccheaus back. And like I said last night, I like Olamide Zaccheaus a lot. I think a lot of people do. You got to realize Olamide Zaccheaus is a very good depth piece, but he's not a starter on a good team. He's a starter on an incomplete team, a team that, is still trying to find themselves and bridging their way forward. And I still think it can be said that the Falcons are doing that, but drafting a Zachariah Branch is absolutely, I think, sending a message that this Falcons wide receiver room, it's really got all the components you can ask for now. And now Zaccheaus moves down into a very solid and important depth position for this team. But man, I really like the Zachariah Branch pick. You got any thoughts on it?
Well, like you said, that's a very Taylor Gabriel type pick, and a creative offensive coordinator can just do dial up all types of mismatches and just difficult times for opposing defenses. So we're gonna see what our offensive coordinator can come up with. Obviously, just kind of piggybacking on what you said, I was high on Zacchaeus, but sometimes in a situation like this, when a player, an explosive day one player like Branch falls in your lap, you can't pass them up, especially when you was going to address the wide receiver room anyway. So it was one of those no brainers, you know, like the mob used to say, we're going to make an offer that you can't refuse type situations. So, I mean, nobody can have a problem with that. I mean, they could talk about his size, they could talk about, um, his weight, but you can't talk about anything else.
Man, you
You
talk
can't
about
talk about
four
his
three
lack of
five.
speed.
You can talk about 4.35 speed and putting that on the same field as the best player in football.
And that 4.35 speed is supported with um, good, I call it good traction, because he doesn't have to take 3 steps to be wide open. I think on that second step, if you don't have your hands on it, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah,
So, and looking at some of his tape, he was also a decent route runner that knows how to separate. He knows that
hold
his
on.
speed can allow
I'm
him to
glad you
separate.
mentioned that because what were you on here saying a couple months ago about Michael Penix?
Oh, Michael Penix definitely need precision route runners that can get open. That's just what he looks for. So I think they played into, well, even with Tua having Cheetah on his team and Waddle, and just speed all around him. I think it just plays into everybody's hands
Oh yeah,
um,
Zachariah Branch is
as far as
definitely
the
a
players.
Tua receiver. Like, let's also be clear about that too. But Zachariah Branch he's gonna be the gadget guy. He's gonna be that guy that you can really now you can put him anywhere on the field. But man, if we see formations with Zachariah Branch and Bijan on the same side of the field, that's gonna be a nightmare for defenses.
Yeah, I
And you
think that
still gotta
Zachariah
worry about Drake
also.
London. And you still got to worry
Oh yeah,
about Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts was not traded at all.
nah, but look, I would also use him early on. Like, let's say if the defense pinned the offense back and there's a chance to flip the field, I would put him in punt return. Um, Definitely on those situations
Oh yeah,
to flip the field, because he may mess around and make that first man miss,
yeah, for
and
sure.
then we get the ball back on the 40 or the 30. So yeah, like I said, man, just you can just be so creative with this guy, and I like his. I read his body language when he got to the facility. He's already there, so
He's
he's
ready to
like, man, I'm ready to
work.
go to work.
He's ready to work. That though, shout
He
out to
ready to go
Evan.
to
He
work,
said
man.
that last
Yep.
night. That's what you're getting in Zachariah Branch.
Yes, he did. He said that guy's the first guy in and the last guy to leave. So, you know, he's definitely a guy that is blessed with athleticism. Um, he's a tough. He has to be a tough guy. I don't know why he left USC and went to Georgia, but that's just part of the business of college football nowadays. But obviously, it wasn't a issue, a character issue, or anything like that. So
Hold on, I just looked it up. The reason Zachariah Branch left USC to transfer to UGA was to play under Kirby Smart, citing the team's championship culture, brotherhood, and a desire to be part of a winning program.
okay, well, hey,
This is a guy that knows what
you
he
can't
wants to do. See, these are the
exactly.
guys you want. You want guys with a winner mentality on here.
Right, because leaving USC probably was a big decision for him. Because for USC to
Man,
even
he
bring him
decided
in,
to
and I'm
come away all across the
pretty sure on a
country.
scholarship. Right, he left from that side, and came over here to where the football being played at, man. Especially for a guy like him,
Yeah.
you
Uh.
know, he went to the
So
perfect school.
so yeah, man. But yeah. Look, this is this was actually my favorite pick of the draft. I love the Avieon pick too, but this Zachariah Branch pick. This is the one that it puts a little sprinkle on my heart, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what this guy can do. Um, but man, moving into the day, the Falcons had 4 picks today. First of all, we told y'all they were going to trade back at some point today, and IC definitely did that. He made a trade with the Raiders, and he was able to pick up pick 208, along with pick 134. And with that 134th pick, the Falcons selected linebacker out of Oklahoma, Kendall Daniels. Now, this guy is a Jeff Ulbrich linebacker if I've ever seen one. He actually started off at safety, converted to linebacker. We know Jeff Ulbrich loves those guys. Look at Divine Diablo. And this guy he can absolutely lay a lick on someone. That hit stick is something out of a football game. This guy is a tackling machine. And this is another guy that, honestly, when I really looked at him, I kind of said, I'm kind of shocked he wasn't taken in the third round. Because this guy is an absolute beast. And he comes from the same place that Billy Bowman came from. And we saw that when Billy Bowman was out on the field, just how much of a demon that he was. So, man, this Kendall Daniels kid, I'm actually very excited about what he could be bringing to the team. And the Falcons the Falcons had to get some replacements for Kane Ellis. And Jeff Ulbrich said if we let Kane Ellis go, it's going to take more than one guy to replace him. And the Falcons definitely showed that today, that they're really focused in. A lot of these picks have Jeff Ulbrich written all over them, especially this Kendall Daniels pick. But man, I don't know if y'all saw Matty Ice up in the war room, but he was very. This was the pick that he was most hyped up about this entire draft.
Oh yeah, I think that was a big statement made. I even had a little glimmer of hope for JD that maybe he's
Man,
one of those
hey,
guys that you get to play with.
astronaut boy is the fuck up out of here.
Well, if they bring him into camp,
He,
they're
he,
probably going
he,
to see if he
he ain't
improved
gonna make it.
and whatever.
He ain't gonna make it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he
But
gonna
yeah,
make
by
it.
them drafting the way they did, they may be they may be just going to let somebody else pick him up. Cause you got your special teams players in the draft also. So yeah, he might be expendable real soon.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, let's take a look. But yeah, man, the Kendall Daniels pick. This guy, he is a all around through and through. When I initially saw the pick, I kind of didn't know what to think because I was really kind of wanting the Falcons to take a big man there with that fourth round pick. But it actually makes a lot of sense in hindsight. This dude is a monster. So look, you gotta at the end of the day, man, you gotta get guys that are gonna fit what you do, and that's what this kid is gonna do. He's gonna absolutely fit the bill for everything the Falcons are gonna try to do. And man, to think about it now, this defense is gonna be able to be so versatile with all these guys that we really have. But that wasn't even honestly. You want my we picked two linebackers and Kendall Daniels. I love this pick. He's not even the best linebacker I actually even think we picked today. But we're gonna get to that in a minute. Now with pick 208, the Falcons selected a defensive tackle out of Washington, Antario Thompson. Now this is honestly one of those picks. I feel like this is honestly more so than anything going to just be a real depth move at this point. As I talked about, I feel like this shows the Falcons have a lot of confidence in Mason Smith and developing him into that true nose tackle, adding some weight on him so that he really can be that big man in the middle that is able to clog up space at 6'5", because Thompson, he is only measuring at 6'1", and that's very small for the role we're asking him to play. Now, what I would say is that I would never doubt Nate Ollie in his ability to develop and get the most out of his defensive linemen. So we're going to see what he's able to do, but probably at most, man, this is a guy that a solid depth piece. But you need depth on your team. You need guys that can step in and rotate in and out. You need those. You need those depth guys. What do you think about this pick though?
Okay, I'm gonna let my cat out the bag on what I see that these guys were doing. I was gonna wait to the end, but I've got to do it here. All right, first of all, in my opinion, all of these are just my opinions. This guy is a Grady Jarrett ish pick.
Absolutely.
Size, weight. He's a little heavier than Grady. But let me tell you what they did. This is what those guys did, and this was identified not by just me, but I think I've heard it on other platforms, whatever. Ian and Matt Ryan, every move that they made in this offseason, all of these guys were fast. All of them. All of the free agent pickups with speed involved. Every guy on this draft that finished concluded today, all of these are guys are fast. Do you know what this guy's 40 time is?
What is it?
Thompson?
What is it?
4.6.
This dude ran a 4.640 at 300 pounds.
He is the fastest defensive tackle in the entire, yeah.
Oh
300
man.
pounds ran a 4.6.
Hey, look.
That's crazy.
Hey, the Falcons even put it when they released the uniforms. They're talking about how the uniforms are going to allow the players to actually be faster and more loose. So we see the identity that this team is trying to take. Now, this ain't the first time that the Falcons have been priding themselves on being fast as a football team. And we saw how that ended. So you just gotta hope that this time around, there's more of a focus on versatility than just having guys that are fast. Actually developing these guys, cause see, listen, speed ain't shit. This ain't a track race. You got to be able to be versatile. Still ready to lay a lick. You got to use your speed and be able to run into somebody.
Yeah, but my thing is these guys. There's nobody up here that even in the analysis of these guys, nobody gave them some real big negatives. You know, in what they can bring to the NFL. Like I said, this guy right here plays in the trenches. I mean, I mean, there's no downside of him being quick. Now, I think the only thing that I'm going to be watching is does that speed um, gets him out of position at times, or is he smart with his quickness? And what I mean by that is if just getting in the backfield is not always best. Just being able to get that step on that blocker and create opportunities for your linebackers or even with the Terrell guy. Maybe they're gonna send him in. If this guy is so quick, he might command double teams. And then if they doing some type of stunt with that young cornerback, this is what I'm looking for. How are they gonna use this guy? Yeah, he might be a depth piece, but I think he's gonna get some good rotation um, in that defensive line, especially at plus 300 pounds and under 6'3". I think he's gonna be able to work his way into some PT, in my opinion.
Mm, okay. All right. Yeah. 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 Now, this next pick, the Falcons made at pick 215. I told y'all Zachariah Branch was my favorite pick of the draft, but this dude's right up there. Let me tell y'all something about this guy. I remember looking at something about this guy 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years. Matter of fact, uh, this dude, I want to say, when did he arrive to LSU? And man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all too. He arrived in 2022. Okay, I remember seeing stuff about this dude ever since he first got to LSU. When I tell y'all that Harold Perkins could act, I feel like this is an amazing investment. I'm telling y'all right now. Now, he's short in height, but once again, big and hard. And this guy, before he tore his ACL, he was projected to be a first round pick. This is a guy that is once again very versatile, um, and he is absolutely. I think the fact that he was there was definitely just it almost stuns me the fact that he was even there. That's kind of why like I'm even stumbling. I really don't know how to even describe how big of a pick this was. Um, Especially to get him late, so late in the sixth round. Um, Definitely the injuries probably played a part. His height probably played a part. But this guy, I mean, he can tackle. This guy can also be a very versatile guy when you're talking about, especially, man, there's a very real chance that, we're taking a look at it. This is, I mean, this could be the Kane Ellis replacement that we're looking at right here. I mean, granted, he's definitely a little lighter than Kane Ellis, but this guy is an absolute. He can be an absolute monster for this Atlanta Falcons team. Um, and I mean, just this guy is absolutely. He was an All SEC, All American. This guy has been just. I mean, you're talking about a guy he can get after the quarterback. He can take the ball away. The thing is, and I mean he is fast as hell too. Another guy who he's gonna speed right through you. But he's gonna fit absolutely perfect. And man, I can't wait to see how Jeff Ulbrich is gonna use Harold Perkins. Oh,
There's another fourth
one
guy.
thing about it too. Harold Perkins grew up in Louisiana. He said he's a Saints fan. When he got on the interview with the Falcons, he said, "I ain't no fucking Saints fan anymore." Hey, shout out to Harold Perkins.
But yeah, man, like I said, I spotted it. I said these guys are going for speed. They've been putting their hands on speed because when you're trying to work and develop The last thing that you want is to try to develop people that are challenged in the fundamentals, basic stuff like that's why they have the combines. That's why they have all those things. They want to get the measurables. They want to get the numbers and along with everything that they see on tape, and that's just the whole thing. So now I see what they're doing. So if he don't have the fundamental skills, as far as the what they call them, the intangibles, then we probably can at least show him how to get there faster. And if he gets there faster, he can at least be disruptive. Hey, um, the lineman that I was talking about, he's an ace on special teams. He's got a couple of blocked
Who,
field
Thompson?
goals and punt. Yeah,
Oh
wait a
man,
minute, wait a minute.
hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a special team ace. I think he's got like 5 blocks in his career. Yes, sir.
mm,
So yeah, that's what speed will get you, bro. You talking a 4.6, sub 4.7 at 300 plus pounds, man. Come on, guy.
yeah,
That has to be a concern for any interior lineman. It has to be. Oh, and back to your boy Zachariah. He's a little strong rascal too. They said he did the bench press 20 times, I think.
hey, what I say? Small in size but big in heart.
Man, if he put up 225 20 times, man, he doesn't get tired in a game.
Oh no, definitely
That's
not. Hey, yeah. Now the Falcons' final pick was in the seventh round. Man, tackle Ethan Ona Noir. I hope I said his name right. Out of Ohio State. Now this guy, man, 6'7", 331, offensive tackle. Um, definitely it can draw comparisons to the Jack Nelson selection, but also, man, you need depth at that position. We saw what happened last year, where we had to get down to Elijah Wilkinson having to start at right tackle most of the year. So you need to add depth on that offensive line.
now my question is, all right, is he going to play in his natural position? Because
That
the Falcons have been notorious for um, making these guys hybrid when they're not hybrid, in my opinion.
yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna be looking at. Now, how soon will they? Well, go ahead, continue. Is that the last
That
pick
was the
you
last
just talked
pick.
about?
We talked about all
Yeah.
six
Cause
picks.
I wanted to. Now I'm kind of wondering when and who they're gonna pick up to invite to camp
Well, hey,
undrafted.
they've already been signing some guys. They signed Cash Jones, Georgia running back. They're gonna bring him in. And look, that's another body in the running back room. Um, they signed this one quarterback. Who actually has, I want to look it up right now. Jack Strand, a quarterback from Minnesota Moorhead. Um, Defensive tackle Carlos Allen out of Houston. So yeah, they're already active with these undrafted free agents. Tight end Jake Velling out of Michigan State. Wide receiver Malik Rutherford from Georgia Tech. Um, so yeah, defensive lineman C.J. Newley out of Purdue. And they gave an invite to Nyland Green from Arizona State and Clayton Powell Lee out of Georgia Tech. So they're already being active. Just as the draft, even came to an end moments after it ended. Man, they were already working the lines.
I noticed. I forgot what team it was. They actually went in there and got them a fullback in the draft.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, that's cool. Let me see what this guy, Cash Jones. I'm looking at him. He's 6 feet, 182 pounds. This must not. I hope this. Yeah, he was number 32 with Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that kid that they used to bring in. He was kind of a gadget guy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He looked well. He looked bigger than 182. Okay.
But overall, man, I'm gonna be honest
He
with
might.
y'all.
Good luck to him.
Grading this first draft, in total, man, I'm gonna be very generous because I like a lot of things. I'm gonna give him an A minus. I feel like the only thing that I still would like to see them take that traditional big man, but they get an A minus from me.
Well, that's that's a kind of a that's a pretty good grade, man. We 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 didn't, in my opinion, we didn't make any big splash moves, but at the same time, we didn't reach either. Um, I think the first three drafts were kind of. I can't believe you guys let these guys come to us. And Ian was always talking about the currency he wanted to accrue. By trading back or whatever he had to do, or getting rid of players and picking up some draft picks. But he didn't even have to do it. I don't even think he had a lot of pressure on him once these guys were falling. To be honest about it, you got a top cornerback, then you got a guy right in your backyard that um, is just explosive and dynamic, tough little guy, and then you get your linebacker. That's kind of I think they kind of made it easy for him initially. I think they just made it easy for him because he only traded back once. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, he traded back once, and like we'll get us a big guy at the end. We'll get a guy that we can train because Ian, he was a lineman, so he kind of he probably that probably was his pick alone. He probably said, "Hey, Matt, this guy right here reminds me of me.
Oh yeah.
He reminds me of me, and I'm gonna give him a chance." And Matt probably said, "Man, we good." So I'm satisfied with it after I understand the direction that they were headed in. That they wasn't all over the place either. So because I wanted Lee Hunter, I wanted him,
Oh yeah.
but
Hey, I
in
know if we would
Carolina,
have. Hey, I know if we would have took Lee Hunter, you would have gotten on here. You've been acting crazy.
no, I wasn't gonna act crazy. I've just been happy that we got him. But see, what they did was they got a cheaper version of Lee Hunter. It's only about 20 something pounds difference in. Let me look up Lee Hunter's 40 time.
And hey, check this out. If y'all are in the chat, man, thank you for the support. Hit the link. You see the link, hit the link. hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share out, do all the good stuff. You got me and you got OG3 Dirty up in here. It's late, but y'all still need
Yo,
to hit that fucking link. Hey,
let me see.
tell them though. They need to hit the link, right?
Hey man, come on in and talk some Falcon football, man. Look, we ain't look. This is no judge zone. We ain't worrying about the stats. We ain't worrying about the facts. We just want to talk football. Cause look, I'm pretty sure your opinion is probably better than mine.
Nah, we ain't gonna say that.
Hey man, I'm trying to tell
We
you.
ain't gonna say that.
Cause I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it for what it's supposed to be. That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. So they said this cat looking. They said that Lee Hunter is 6'3", 318. So he's probably 15 pounds more than this guy and 2 inches taller. Um, what else? Let's look. Uh, guess what Lee Hunter ran the 40 in, buddy?
What's up?
5.18, almost
Ooh.
5'2".
So you mean this guy's a hell of a lot faster than Lee Hunter?
And only 15 pounds lighter. See, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, wait,
I saw
wait,
what
wait,
they I see
wait a
what they're
minute.
doing.
Wait a minute. You said a 4.640.
4'6". That's what I read. It. Let me double check. Yep.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you think that this guy could run a faster 40 right now than Kyle Pitts could?
He probably could run a faster split because Kyle Pitts it has a slow start. That's a good comparison, though.
No, I'm just asking straight up. Straight up.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to just verify. Man, I'm up here messing up. But if he running a 4'6", he right there with him. He can catch him on the angle. I'll tell you that. Let's see. Hey, bear with me.
Cause hey,
Go ahead.
I really want to see something. I really want to see that.
Now I'm conflicted. Now I got two different times now. I got two different times.
What's up?
They're saying on one of them it's a 4'6", and the next one is 4'7". I'll take either one
Oh, he's
for a
still
three
fast.
hundred
Hey, hey,
pounder.
I'd still want to see him versus Kyle Pitts in a 40.
His 10-yard split is 1.74.
Do you think he'll run a
That
faster
means
10-yard split than Kyle Pitts?
we'll find out in a minute. Not a 40, no. Not a 40. But I think in a phone booth he'll catch him.
Mm.
Tell you, man, that right there, man, is crazy. Lee Hunter run a 5'1". This cat right here, he's a heck of a lot faster than quicker. And they saying that his pro day numbers is 306. Man, if you put 7 6 7 pounds on this guy running a 4'7", bro, you got problems in the trenches. And you know what they say about the lowest man, right?
The lowest man wins.
Exactly.
You already know. You already know. And hey, that's the same thing with Zachariah Branch. Because even if he's 5'9", hey, if they can't catch him, he's going to be gone.
And see his takeoff speed. See, that's the thing with these guys, man. Their takeoff speed is what gonna get you. You talking about a 1 10 yard split, 1.74. This guy's moving, man. This guy's exploding, and he's already low. Yeah, they know what they were doing when they got this guy, man. That's a Grady Jarrett ish, and they're saying he's 6'2".
Mm,
So, mm-hmm. So
so,
he has elite speed for that position.
yeah.
So he will be rotating.
Absolutely. There will be a lot of rotating this year. There will be a lot of rotating. Especially with this, yeah. Definitely a ton of rotating. But check this out now. Now that this draft is complete, and think about it, the Falcons took a corner, they took a receiver, they took a defense lineman and an offense lineman, they took two linebackers. The only thing that you maybe could have said the Falcons needed to address, and they didn't, is possible. Well, possibly is an edge rusher, but with the JPJ news, do we really even need to draft one? And we already picked up a ton of guys in free agency. So let's be very clear. The Falcons, for the most part, I don't want to say the Falcons are a complete team, but the Falcons are a whole lot more rich as a team with these draft picks that they made throughout these last two nights. And this is a team that can absolutely compete for a division title. Now, everyone else in the division had solid drafts too. Carolina had a solid draft. Tampa made some nice picks. And I hate to give them a little credit, but I gotta do it. New Orleans did have some very solid picks, and they also made a solid trade that I liked for Wilson. So it's going to be a dogfight for this NFC South. However, it's all going to come down to the quarterback play. If the Falcons can get solid quarterback play and have one of these guys, you can't. There's no such thing as getting solid quarterback play from two guys throughout a season. One guy's going to have to take it by the reins and run with the job at some point sooner rather than later. But if that guy can take the reins, run with the job, and stay healthy, and just get the ball to these guys and not screw up, the Falcons could actually be more ready to compete in 2026 than maybe we thought heading into this draft. But it's all going to depend on how the quarterbacks play. I'm going to say that again. It entirely depends on quarterback play.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna be okay though. Either way.
You think so? So what are your thoughts about what are you expecting from this 2026 season now post draft?
Um, re- Pretty much a repeat of the defense and plenty of with opportunity, scoring opportunity is gonna be there offensively. I think it'll be better execution in the red zone for us. And I'm talking about outside of Bijan.
And
I
so
think it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more scoring in the red zone.
so
Now, I'm
so who
not
so
talking about from the 20 in.
who you think gonna be doing the scoring though?
Man, you got the guy you just picked up. Uh, Hooper. Like I said,
Is
Drake
what oh the
and
guy
and Bijan.
the guy you don't want to pay? He gonna be doing some scoring in the red zone?
Oh well, hey, he's a beast down there. He's a beast, but he just can't take the top off.
Hey, what about Kyle Pitts?
Kyle Pitts is a monster. When we got the ball on it about the 20-25, he cutting behind those linebackers, and there's nothing wrong with him dragging. But they need to run it though. That needs to be his signature play. I don't know why they just don't force the wheel on him, because the linebackers can't do nothing with him. If you sending Drake, you isolating Drake. You got Pitts dragging. You got Bijan going in the flats. Man,
Now you
we're
going
supposed to score. We're supposed to score.
now you gonna have Branch going anywhere he wants on the field.
He, hey, motion him. They got to go with him.
Yeah,
Somebody got to go with him. That's
exactly.
what I'm saying. We should score. We should. Hey, man, they probably gonna want the blitzers, but if they blitz us with Tua in there, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, because if you put Branch on a slant and he gets in front of his man, he's gone.
Yeah, and then they got to watch Bijan. Bijan gonna probably move to the flats, and with Tua in there, you might go empty set
You talk
and just
about
motion there, just be motioning.
you talking about Tua, but how about Michael Penix? How you think he gonna be able to handle the blitz?
Hmm. I don't. I don't have a whole nothing much to say about that right now. Um,
Because we saw him last year and we saw he kind of can't.
and that's where the Kyle Pitts doing his drag across to distort the linebackers will help
Hey, check this
Pitts
out, man. We see y'all
help them out.
watching. We see y'all watching. We appreciate the support. Hit the link. Hit the link, man. You see the Venmo up there, the like button, subscribe, comment, share out. Hit the link. Come on, you got me, you got OG3 Dirty.
Hey man, you guys ought to be excited, man. Your team um, did something different. They did something positive. Even like I said, even though I wanted Lee Hunter, I understand and respect the moves that were made, and I understand them. I
Hey,
understand where they're going from.
your
Everything
team
they
didn't
did was speed.
overcomplicate it for once. The Falcons did not overcomplicate this draft.
Yeah, because last year this time, boy, we was look, man. Well, year before last, we were scratching our heads like, what just happened? What in the world just happened?
So
And but
hit
now
the
nobody's
link.
scratching their heads.
Everyone, I see y'all. T Terry, Southside Ricky, CPG. Come on, hey CPG, tell me about what you think the Panthers did this draft.
Oh yeah, we definitely need to. Yeah, hey man, the Panthers came up and got my guy, so I got to give shouts out to them. And look, they jumped there as soon as we didn't pick him. They was on the phone.
Man, the minute after we picked Avieon and turned the card in, they were on the phone. See, that's the thing. I like to think everything that was done in this draft was a response to us. And see it goes and shows, you know, everyone's saying you don't need to worry about the Falcons. I don't know if you need to worry about the Falcons or not, but the NFC South certainly is.
Hey,
They
but
don't
check this out.
they don't want to admit it, but they are.
Now you know we lost our finishing element.
Who? Algier?
Yeah.
Hey, but guess what? We got a new finishing element.
Who is that?
Robinson, Brian Robinson.
I'm waiting to see him. Cause you know sometimes, man, these coordinators, man, when they some of these players get lost in the sauce. And I hope that's not the case here. I hope that they got an all around plan, game plan, week by week. I think that, at some point, sometime, you're gonna be able to showcase. If Robinson, look, if not Bijan, but the other Robinson, if he's running a good game against the other team, then we can move Bijan out in the slot.
Oh yeah,
And we can move Zachariah. But if I were Reese right now, but I'll
man.
be I'll be
I
doing
mean,
like Birdman. I'll
hey,
be rubbing my hands together like Birdman.
check this out. This dude, hey, saliva should be coming out of his mouth.
Right. Yes, sir.
He should be drooling. Man, hey, he should be drooling just like the first time he saw a pair of titties. That's what he should be doing.
Ooh. I don't know, man. Look, he might have got nervous the first time he saw him.
Well, hey, that's what you gotta do. You gotta, hey, gonna make teams a little nervous with all this stardom we got.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we'll see. And Stefanski, he been kind of laying low. I guess he letting his people, everybody have their input. Has Albrecht had a interview yet
Uh,
about his
not,
players?
not yet, but you know his hands were all over some of these selections.
Well, he's a linebacker guy, so he kind of got caught with his pants down a little bit last season when a few injuries did happen. So
Yeah. Well, he trying to
you
make
know,
sure that don't happen at all this year.
and we haven't heard anything about Penix, man.
Well, no, we ain't heard much
So
about his rehab. Hey, I think he's back in the building. Is he?
that's what I'm saying. I haven't heard anything.
I think
No
I saw
pictures, no
something of him
nothing.
back in the building, but I'm not sure.
Man, we might as well pencil in Tua as it started. But hey, Penix might come back like the $60 million man. They put them stems in him,
Hey,
boy.
but is he gonna be doing that with the Falcons or with another team?
Oh, he gonna be doing that with the Falcons, man. If he come back healthy, oh, they gonna see what he got. Either way,
And listen, I'm gonna
they
tell
gonna
y'all.
they gonna
I
see what he
see
got.
y'all watching, and that's cool and I appreciate y'all. But y'all need to tap the link. Don't be shy. Tap the. Let us know what you thought about the draft.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have. You see, I'm not getting technical. Just come in and tell you, hey man, rah rah for the team, man. You might have some players watching. They might want to hear what the fans got to say. They probably tired of me talking.
And hey, you know that. Listen, I'm tired of myself talking. That's why I want him to come up.
Well, Zay must look. Zay must be at work.
Zay must already be crashed out, and
Oh, he done crashed out.
we ain't
Yeah,
talking about the new term for crashed out either.
yeah, man. Back in my day, boy, we tell them, I'm about to go crash out, and we already know that means you finna go to bed.
Nowadays,
Now
man,
these YNs, boy, they talking about when they say crash, boy, everybody start ducking.
man, you say the YNs.
YNs,
Yeah, that's a new
but
term for them.
yeah, but it's all good,
You
man.
guys, yeah, yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm wondering where Fandemic is too. Come on, all y'all.
but hey, man, Fandemic been on the channel all day. His wife might have told him if you go up on another platform,
Yo
I'm
ass
we've
is
been
out on
married.
the street. I'm disconnecting
We,
the internet, and yo ass is out on the street.
we've been married for 30 years, but if you gonna have to get up out of here, if you go on one more live stream, and he probably had to bend a knee, bro.
Hey, you know
And
the you.
sometimes. when you get married, man, sometimes you got to, even at the as the head of the house, boy, you got to bend the knee and you got to make sure that everything is under wraps.
Hey, but here we go though. Here we go.
The new era
Yes,
king.
sir.
What going on? What going on?
How long you been listening, bro? I been eating a little crow.
Man, I just came in.
Yeah, you
Man, I've
just
been
came
ripping
in.
and
See, I know
running.
you don't sit in the chat very long.
Oh no.
how
I
you
hit
how
the
you
link
feeling,
there.
man? How you feeling about the draft, man?
I like it, man. Like we ain't reached. We really got three first round picks in our draft class with Harold Pickens and Avion and Zachariah Branch. And I mean, it's a solid draft. But I like that linebacker though. 6'5"? Bruh.
Yeah.
But
Who?
you notice that Jeff Hobert got a type. He loved going after safeties that's too big to be safety, so they got to become linebackers.
Right. Yeah, we kind of mentioned that yeah earlier. Um, I noticed, and I think you might have been one of the guys that was talking about this in it, just the off-season moves. All of the guys had those features in them, but all of them were fast. All of them were had good experience, and even most of them were starting at one point in time, but all of them had speed. And I think that everybody in this draft that they picked up, man, is following suit.
Yep, and just like the free agents, this draft class we brought in everybody who got something to prove. You heard
Yeah.
what Avion said. He didn't think that he was going to go out the first round. Zachariah Branch, the Falcons told him they just want him to be himself, and they believe in his route tree. You had some teams they didn't believe in his route tree. They just seen him as a gadget wide receiver. And then the linebackers, both of them was up at one time, but then they got hurt or fell down because of play and had to work themselves back up. So I
I
look at it like,
I wanna ask y'all a question now. I wanna look something up, but I'm gonna ask the question regardless. But I just need to make sure I'm getting stuff right. Do y'all think it's possible now? We're talking about kind of two different receivers in their play style, but do you think it's possible that Zachariah Branch could have a similar type rookie season to another Georgia wide receiver that went in day two a few years ago?
With the Falcons,
No, 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 no.
no.
I'm talking about Lad McConkey. You think? Do y'all think it's possible he could have a similar type rookie
heck
season
yeah,
as Lad? Okay,
heck yeah.
Why is that?
Man,
I don't. I just
man,
think
listen.
he's in a
I'm just
spot where
asking the
he's gonna.
question.
Like for some of us Georgia fans, they probably just seen Zachariah Branch this year. But if you're a college football fan, he did more in the passing game and the special teams game at USC than he did at Georgia. We already know on the Mike Bobo, you really ain't gonna get much production out of your wide receiver.
He know how to create space now. I watched
Oh
some
yeah.
tape on him, and he
Oh
was
yeah.
good at creating space.
And it's just like I said last night, the Zachariah Branch hire is more to open up the middle of the field for Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, because they can't check both of them, and by picking up Branch, now Pitts can play where the mismatches are.
Like a tight end.
Right. Yeah. Now he can come back inside and be a big body man, a big body receiver. And if he homes and does a little better on his craft, the route running is not that big of a deal if he knows how to um, body up, get those possession catches, and then when he got the linebacker scared, he just blow by him up the seam. I think that would be a good way to get production out of Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, and then just think about the lineup when we got Drake, Dawson, Branch, Bijan, and Kyle Pitts on the field at the same time.
Hmm. I think either quarterback are going to excel under those conditions.
And remember what we always talked about. We don't need the quarterback to be a superstar. We just need him to
No,
be a
we don't.
game manager.
Oh, that's all we need.
We don't need no Joe Burrow.
Nah, we don't need nah.
We don't need no Patrick Mahomes. If we can
Nah,
get
nah.
anything equivalent to Sam Darnold last year, we'll be fine.
Sam Donald played with a lot of confidence last season because he
Of course,
understood what he had, man.
yeah. Think about it. People were ready to write Sam Darnold off until he went to Minnesota and went 14-3, and then redid the same thing in Seattle.
Yeah, that's wild, there, bro. But that's that's more than just being a good athlete or smart. He believed in himself too, because a lot of times when you don't believe in yourself and you let your circumstances dictate what you do, you fall off because you're not
Yep.
going to have that same work, that same ethic. So he believed
Oh,
in himself.
yep. And then y'all
And
see that we picked up Cash Jones as an
Yeah,
undrafted
I
free
told
agent.
him that. Yeah.
yeah, I noticed him with Georgia. He's kind of a gadget guy, a bigger gadget
Yeah.
guy,
Third
utility
down,
guy. I'll
passing
put it like
down.
that. Utility. Yeah. You think he got a shot at making the roster?
Oh yeah, like he can easily beat out Carlos Washington and Nathan Carter, in my opinion.
Nathan Carter?
Yeah, because think about it,
Wow.
they the same type of back.
Mm,
He could. Yeah, actually, that is true. Yeah. He probably will be competing with Nathan Carter.
that's gonna be interesting.
Hey,
Come
preseason's.
on.
Hey, I'm a little excited for preseason already.
Oh yeah, and Stefanski already said the starters will play some in the preseason,
Yeah.
but the competition gonna be fierce. Like the competition gonna be fierce, no matter
Wow.
who. Think about the competitions we got coming up in training camp: quarterback, wide receiver two, cornerback two, linebacker two, edge rusher two.
Is cornerback two really a competition?
I mean, as long as Mike Hughes here, yeah. Until they
It,
release Mike Hughes, I think it's a competition
it,
between him and Havy.
is it really well? Here's the thing. Avion can also play in the nickel.
But don't forget that we bought in Darnay Holmes too.
But okay. But once again, Darnay Holmes, they could look at him as just raising the floor. That's a solid depth piece.
Yeah. But don't forget that Mike Hughes can play inside as well.
Avion will be starting day one.
Right. And in my opinion, I hope it's at CB2 because that's the press corner right there. You got AJ on one side, you got him on the other. Then we got a strong slot with Jesse and Watts on the back end. That's a solid secondary.
So I'm hearing Jesse not going nowhere.
Not this year.
And as of right now, I guess not.
Now the thing is though, here's the thing. We need to also really realize that you know we need to take a look at all these extensions we now got to do. We got to do Bijan and Drake. We got to. We're not talking about this, but we got to pay Matthew Bergeron. We got to
And if
because
you notice in them undrafted free agents, we signed like four wide receivers to where we finna have a brand new wide receiver room.
yeah. We also got to find a way to re-sign Diablo. Now I'll say this though. I don't know if re-signing Diablo is that big of a priority because this linebacker room is crowded.
I don't know. Next year will. I think let him play out his deal, and then you give him a deal or give him a deal during the season. But like think about it. All of our linebackers who we brought in this offseason and in this draft, they all are in the mode of Diablo.
That's true. That is so. But I would definitely say without a doubt, and you're going to have to give out big money to all three of those guys: Bergeron, Drake, Bijan.
Yeah, but Bergeron, we can worry about him in all off season.
No,
Diablo, we can worry
uh,
about him in the offseason.
no. I'm not. I'm trying to get a deal done with Bergeron right now. This is the final year of his contract. I'm
Right,
not. I'm.
right. So
I'm
do
not
it in the
letting it get to
offseason.
after the season and letting him try to really negotiate. You need to negotiate and get a deal done with him now.
Okay, okay. Has he been to a Pro Bowl? Has he made an All Pro?
That exactly. That is why you get a
No.
deal
So
done
guess
now.
what? We still got control of that contract. And if he leaves, guess what? A cut pick. You ain't got to
Man,
force a
what
deal
man?
right now.
Why would you let go of a starter?
If he want to be here, he'll stay.
Man, these guys are trying to
Well,
make
You ain't
money.
got to force it.
This is
You
a
ain't got to force it.
okay. You don't
well,
gotta
let
He's
him
force
make
it.
still
money
under
then.
contract. He's still under contract. It don't matter what he do. He's still under
Right.
contract for the 2025-2026 season. Period.
That is
Well, my
that's all.
bad, 2026-2027 season.
That's all
He's
cool.
still under contract.
That's man, that's cool. That is cool. But what I'm saying is, you want to keep these guys together. You got to re-sign your guys, and you're in a way
So
better
so
position.
basically so basically what you saying so basically what you saying right now, we better pay Drake, Bijan, and Bergeron right now.
Yeah, you
With
you
what
you
money?
you get. Well, what money have you seen the money we got in 2027? Those are all extensions that kick in next year
Right. So why not just deal with Bergeron in the offseason?
because he's going to be
Le-
asking for more.
Okay, well, make a Pro Bowl, make an All Pro. You can get more. If not, you're gonna get market value.
Man, I don't know.
You gotta
I go
you
ahead.
gotta think about it. If he want to be here, he gonna listen to the offer. If he don't want to be here, he gonna leave. Just like Algier, he didn't want to be here. He left on the first thing smoking.
Yeah, he didn't really make that much more
Yeah,
money
well,
either.
Algier really kind of screwed himself over in general because now, hey, he's in a worse position than if he would have just stayed here.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Right.
You went to
no, it's not really not because you're not rotating in and out of a left guard. A left guard is that's a starting offensive line position. It's really kind of not the same thing as Algier. It's actually a lot different. That's why I'm saying you need to go ahead and you need to pay Bergeron right now. If anything, actually, if we're being completely honest, they need to pay Drake and Bergeron. Bijan could actually wait till next off season. But I say you get an extension done with Bijan now for the same reason because Bijan will want even more money next off season. You wait longer
right,
to give out
and if
these
we bet,
deals, you're gonna have to end up paying more money. You're still trying to be as efficient as you can with your cap.
yeah, I get it, but it's like, why rush it? We ain't heard nothing about nobody being disgruntled.
Money is
It,
money
it,
at the
it-
money is money, and that at the end of the day, all these guys are here. Yeah, they're brothers. They love playing the game, but they ain't doing this for free.
right, but it's like because according to some fans, not saying I'm one of them, Bergeron ain't played to a high level. To some fans, Bergeron ain't showed nothing yet. What if the front office feel the same way?
Man, at the end of the at the end of, okay, at the end of the day, what I am saying, and this is you gotta this is very important. Okay, they're saying Bergeron hasn't played to a high level. That's okay. What level would you say he has played to?
To me, Bergeron has been solid. Like Bergeron has been a solid left
Okay, if
guard.
he's
Like
solid, then
if it was
why don't you go ahead and just pay him? Because here's the thing: if he falls out this year, and he makes a Pro Bowl, now you got a guy who's asking for $20 million probably or close to that.
you really think we gonna pay Bergeron more than Chris Lindstrom?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Look at Chris Lindstrom got his deal 3 years ago, and the market has
fifth
grown
year.
even more.
Right. On his in year five, that's when he got his deal. In year five, on his 5th year extension in training camp before the 5th year started. So we got time. You can do it during the season.
That's cool, but not a lot of deals get done before the season. They get done before the season. So
Yeah.
if you let guys hit the open market, you already know you got to shell out even more money for them.
But with Bergeron being that type of player, if he leave, we still gonna get a draft pick.
Okay, that's
You
cool.
you you,
Where are
you
you
see
gonna?
what Ian Cunningham, because you got to look at what Ian Cunningham trying to do. He trying to start our form, just like the Ravens, just like the Eagles. If you want to be here, you got to be a part of the process. But if you don't want to be here, just know we're gonna get something
And that's fine. But I'm
for you.
saying you got guys probably with a higher likelihood to sign these more team friendly deals if you negotiate with them the season going into their final year, instead of just we're just going to wait till after the season and then you go and you try to give a low ball offer, especially if these guys just came off career years. They're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, we just have to see what Ian Cunningham think. But I think Drake and Bijan gonna be first.
Oh, yeah. Drake and Bijan should be first, and then Bergeron should be right after them. I'm cool with waiting through with Diablo after everything that we did in the draft, because honestly, as much as I think Diablo has been a contributor, Diablo is also a Jeff Ulbrich product. I don't think Diablo is doing this with every team. Matter of fact, I think with most other teams, Diablo would still probably have been having an underwhelming career. Jeff Ulbrich is getting the absolute most out of this guy.
Yeah,
But
it's
but
just the scheme.
it's
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 just the
it's
scheme.
it's the
Like I
scheme.
mean, because but we also seen last year when he was out those 5 games, he was missed.
Truly missed.
When he went out those 5 games, and we had to deal with JD and everybody else, and then they finally decided to put in Ronnie Harrison, he was missed. And then when he came back, the man almost had an interception with the club.
That is very true. He had the skill set though. He had the skill set, but it's still, see, that's the thing. Last year, we really didn't have a lot of guys who had the skill set. We got a lot more guys, especially in this draft, who have skill set. The skill set that Diablo has.
Right.
So yeah. Uh L Dragon says we tripping over Bergeron. Bergeron can walk. Well, hey, L Dragon, the link is in the chat, man. So tap the link. Let us know why you think Bergeron can walk, and more importantly, what's your solution to replacing him?
I told you, you got some fans that feel that way. Like some fans really
That
feel
that
like
that
Bergeron
that's
ain't done
fine.
enough.
That's fine. But how are you gonna fix it? That's what I want to know. Because you're already probably looking at next draft. You got to get Jake Matthews' replacement.
What if with Bill Callahan here, Jake Matthews replacement already on the roster?
What you saying? You saying who you saying it could be?
Maybe Jack Nelson?
You okay? I ain't gonna deny, but or could it be Matthew Bergeron? And if it
Yep.
is, that's even more reason to go ahead and pay him now.
Yeah. I mean, that could be an in-house move. You would be sending him back to the position he played in college.
Man, you gotta
But
think
I
Matthew Bergeron is very valuable. He's versatile. He can play guard. You can kick him out to tackle. This guy can play anywhere on the line. Not everyone can do that. You got to go ahead. I agree. You get Drake. You give Drake his $30 million. You give Bijan his 20, and then you go ahead, you give Matthew Bergeron his money, because I guarantee you, you're getting a better deal uh, right now if you pay him before the year than you do after the season.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, hey, y'all hit the link, and y'all see the link in there. We got Georgia, Texas boy, and we got OG3 Dirty. We got a good conversation going
Yo.
on. Hey, OG, you just been sitting back here listening to us go back and forth.
Oh yeah. Hey man, sometimes it's the best thing to do, man. 'Cause I'm trying to learn some things too. Hey, Georgia Texas boy, I spoke on this earlier about the speed thing. That defensive tackle that we picked up, I got two different times and it's 40. He's running between a 4.6 and a 4.7
Hey,
at
that's good.
306 pounds, bro.
Hey, that's good. I mean, think about it. You just said it. 300 running a 4.6, 4.7,
That's crazy, ain't it?
and like that's another thing. Like these picks that we made, we got the linebackers we picked, Perkins and um Daniels. Yeah, Perkins and Daniels. Think about it. They can play any linebacker spot. They can play outside. They can play inside. We got Jeff Obert, one of the best linebacker coaches in the game.
Yup.
Then we got the defensive tackle who just got we got Nate Ollie, one of the best D line coaches in the game. Then the wide receiver that we took that had a hell of a career at Rice and then tried to transfer to Ohio State to get the exposure. He about to learn from Bill Callahan, and we still got Mike Jarrell, and we brought in Corey Levitt, the former center for the Titans. Like, if we believed in Dwayne Leffert, it ain't no reason why we not believing in Bill Callahan, one of the greatest
Oh, I
offensive line
absolutely believe in
coaches in
Cal,
NFL
and
history.
I absolutely believe in Bill Collins. That's why I say Matthew Bergeron might take a full next step into being one of the top offensive linemen in this league, right alongside Chris Lindstrom. That's why you get a deal done this offseason.
Yeah, we got some puzzle pieces on the table, bro. And we're gonna see if they can put them together. It looks good right now. It looks so far so good.
Remember what Ian
Then,
Cunningham said: we're gonna draft, we're gonna develop, and we're gonna retain.
yep. And we got us a guard out of Alabama in the undrafted free agents.
Oh yeah. And y'all see the link there. Make sure y'all hit the link and make sure y'all show love.
Come on in. Tell us how you feel about these
See,
five.
I see they see, see they watching. I don't know. I don't know if some of them, that they afraid to, start chatting, and the old lady comes up in the room and ask them why the fuck they ain't in bed yet. But if that ain't your situation, you need to hop on, cause we see y'all watching now, but y'all need to hop into these conversations.
But man, everybody, you got some people, man. Just keep warming up to them. They'll pop in when the time right for them.
Hey, look, we don't bite too much, too hard. I'll say we don't bite too hard,
Nah, we don't bite.
unless you want to come up in here talking crazy. Then we'll then we're just
Oh,
going straight for the jugular. But
oh,
we
they
don't.
can talk crazy.
Yeah,
They can talk crazy.
yeah, that's fine. They just got to watch for their jugular though. But
Schedule release yet?
Man.
So have they
We
gave a date
sometimes we
for the
like
schedule?
crazy.
yeah, sometimes hey,
2 weeks, two or three
sometimes we
weeks.
need crazy over here. Spice it up. That's what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
looking for.
Chandler, you know when they got a date, or they saying the second week in May
For what?
for the
Schedule release.
schedule.
I don't got no date, but I guess it's around like May 13th. Yeah.
In the rain.
I would guess around May 13th.
Okay.
Okay, man. So who y'all think they gonna give us week one? I think it's either gonna be Cleveland or Carolina week one.
I I think it's either gonna be Cleveland or someone in division.
I
I
hope it
could.
is Carolina. We owe them.
We do, yeah.
So
I wanted to be in Charlotte.
what cold teams do we play? Like, oh wait,
Green
because I
Bay,
know don't okay.
Washington, Cleveland. There's one more, I think. Pittsburgh.
Sit. Okay. So I hope we play all them before Thanksgiving.
Well, you know they're gonna give us one or
Right.
two of them later in the year. You know they are.
What about Cincinnati? Does Cincinnati come to the A
Yeah.
or
So,
we go to
well,
Cincinnati?
hey, so that might be the Madrid game.
Yeah, because
Oh,
they're
oh
not
yeah.
really selling those tickets in the package.
49ers come to the A or we go to San
Oh,
Fran.
yeah. Hey, they come in here. They got to come up in here. That's why I say
Uh,
Chicago, home or what?
Chicago comes here.
Good. Baltimore, home or what?
They come here.
Uh, Cleveland.
We go to Cleveland.
Okay. I think that might be week one.
That's what I'm thinking.
which game?
Cleveland.
I
Okay.
really think that's actually going to end up being week one. I don't. That's either going to be week one or that'll be like a. That just feels like a week one game. Stefanski returned to Cleveland.
Then we got the NFC North.
That ain't something that they're just going to plug. I think week 6 or week 7 yet at one
Okay.
o'clock. That's either week
Minnesota.
one or that's prime. Minnesota's away, but well,
They got a
that's
dome. They
Minnesota,
got a dome.
yeah. But it's loud as hell up in there.
Detroit got a dome.
We play Detroit here.
Okay. Green Bay. You say
We
that's
got to
there.
go to Lambeau Field.
Yeah. They gonna probably try to make that like a December 2nd game or something like that. They gonna try to make that like a. I know they gonna make us go to Green Bay,
It's gonna be cold as I don't know what.
and if we win it, I bet they flex it. I'm calling it now.
Well, they're gonna flex it to the nighttime.
Hmm.
Woo. And it's still not be the tundra.
Come on now.
Man, hey,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to make any promises or any commitments. I'm really looking at getting to a road game this season around the time of I need to actually look at something because I'm gonna have a lot going on this fall. Um, but I really need to look at it exactly. But mid to late December, I'm taking a look at let's see. Gotta take a look at the calendar. Anything from about I'll say week if it's like maybe say week 15, week 15, week 16, I'm going to really take a look and actually see if who we're playing on the road. And even if look, even if it's a trip to Green Bay, you never know. You know, that's what I'm gonna say. I might pop up somewhere y'all ain't expecting me to pop up this season.
Good luck getting to Green Bay.
Man.
Yeah, I want that early game to be in Carolina though. I want to go over there to
So
Charlotte,
now
check
that
them
the
out.
draft is over with, we already picked up some undrafted free agents. I say the draft class probably gonna cost about 7 million,
That ain't
if
gonna
that.
cost a whole lot.
Yeah, because we ain't got no first round picks, so about 5-7 million for the draft class. So, do y'all see us bringing in another free agent, like more free agents, or a big name free agent now that the draft is over? Because there's still a lot of good name free agents out there.
Yeah.
I hear the rumors, people talking about Stephon Diggs or Debo Samuel, but or um Jawan Jennings, because now people saying we don't got no height outside of Drake at wide receiver since we didn't take Brazel or Hurst.
Hmm.
In my opinion, I think them guys are satisfied with that wide receiver room. Um, I mean, as much as I talk about Drake, man, he's our number one wide receiver, and they're gonna build around him because you got two guys now that can open that top up.
Yeah, but
You got
but
two guys now.
you got folks saying that Dotson. You got folks saying that Dotson not no wide receiver too. That he a wide receiver three, and that Branch is just a slot receiver.
Well, okay, then what is Zacchaeus?
They
A
calling
deaf
him
piece?
the yep wide
Oh,
receiver four.
okay. Let's see if that's the case. Then let's see what that secondary do. If they gonna put him on an island with somebody and they hold him down like he a number four receiver.
Because I think we said Drake, Dotson, Branch. That's your new wide receiver trio. You got Dotson to replace Mooney. You got Branch to replace Ray Ray.
And I'm not in the least bit disappointed that if Zacchaeus is rotating in, that's who we got coming in, because that's a gritty guy. He takes advantage of all of his opportunities.
Oh yeah. And then we never know. Chris Blair might finally get some play time. I don't
Yeah, I
know
was going to
why.
ask you about that. Why you think what do you think his next move is going to be?
I don't, I don't know with this regime because he don't been on what the practice squad like for the last what 3 years.
At least three.
So I mean, and then you still got Casey on a rookie contract. I mean, if he can just stay healthy, he might have a chance because he be making some catches. He just always get a concussion or hurt his damn self.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about that guy, man.
Like he always makes some good plays, but every game that he make a good play, he get injured the same game.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready for training camp to get here now. Like I'm ready to see what this offense is gonna look like. We already got a glimpse of the defense. Ready to hear what the NFL gonna do with JPJ, or is they gonna wait until the 6 months is up and then say something? And with them doing that, then that'll probably be like October. What you got? May, July, August, September. So that'll probably be like November, December. So we never know. JPJ might play this season and then have to be suspended the beginning of the next season. Because if they wait out the 6 months, then that's gonna be November, December. That's the end of the season. Why you gonna say something then? Why you gonna give them a punishment then?
Exactly.
Because like think about it. He has to complete the 6 month program be, and then all the charges are dropped. So why would you give him a punishment while he doing the 6 month program?
Well, if that's part of the bargaining, yeah, they just need to stay out of it. Everybody stay out of it. Let them do whatever the bargaining is, and then let's just move forward.
Because if I'm saying this correctly, if his 6 months start in May, you got May, June, July, August, September, October. So that means they're gonna come say something in November. We halfway in the season, so that means that they're gonna wait to the end of the season for the hearing. So that means that the punishment will have to go into effect in 2027,
I,
if there
see,
is a punishment.
I think if the stuff is dropped, I don't think they should. I don't think the NFL should intervene, especially if he
Yeah,
went to a anger management type um,
yeah. But you know that the
rehabilitation
NFL
program or
got
whatever.
their misconduct clauses and stuff. So like
What's the misconduct though?
the whole altercation, like the whole thing, even if the charges was dropped, it still happened.
Nah, man, that ain't how it works. It either happen. You either it either happens or it don't. If you're found innocent or terms are met, and this is my opinion, I think everybody need to fall in line with it. Because if he's going to get hit in the head by the NFL and behind closed doors, the situation was ironed out, then I think everybody that's outside of that should stay outside of it. This is how I see it, man. They locked them up and all of that. Okay, plenty of people done got locked up and turned loose, and they say, okay, uh, I bad. We just locked you up for officer safety, or we locked you up based off of the circumstances that we saw at the time. So if the cops put all those charges on him and they backed out, I think everybody else should back out.
Yeah. I mean, if it worked like that, then that means, hey, we good. Moving forward, hey, we can just move forward.
I, I think they should move forward if everything's ironed out. It's just my opinion, and I'm not condoning what he did. I'm
Right.
just looking at it from a standpoint of me on the outside looking in, and I don't know the entire story. They obviously
Yeah.
know more than we do because
Correct.
you had guys going in on this guy, man, like he was supposed to never play in the NFL again, and he was such a bad guy, and he should never, you know, like he's supposed to get stoned to death and all of that,
Yeah.
and now you got everybody getting on the bandwagon, which
And
I
we
don't
said it
like.
on this show. Wait and see. He got them big
Right.
paid lawyers by Mr. Blank. Let them do their job. And look what happened. He complete the 6 month program. All the charges dropped.
And and then you had the people moonwalking on you had people had platforms did hour rants and bashings and all of this stuff,
Man, they were
and
they
nobody comes back and say, you know what, I'm gonna use this as a lesson. I'm gonna use this as a stepping stone. Maybe I need to change how I look at
Nah, they
things.
just trying to
Nobody
be. We
nobody
all
took
good. Hey,
accountability of
they
that.
was just trying to be. We're all. Yeah, they act like they were all on JPJ's side the whole time.
And I'm gonna tell you, if I hear you say it and I'm in the vicinity, I'm gonna call you out. I'm sorry.
Hey, we know you already be
I don't
calling them
care where
out.
you at, who show you on. If they drop the link or I'm in the chat, I'm gonna drop the bomb on you because people these platforms are powerful
Hold on, just about
and
the JPJ thing or about anything relating.
they're powerful about anything.
Okay.
If you got man, you got over 1,000 subs, bro. Everything you say up here, man, has the potential of reaching at least that many people.
Hmm.
And I won I'm gonna hold you accountable for the information that you put out. Can you say what you want to say on your platform? Yes, you can. You have every right. But at the same time, you had a right to be checked too. And that goes with anybody. And I was pleading this thing from day one about JPJ.
And see, the thing is, I don't mind someone trying to come in and check me. I really don't mind it because I'm willing to have a conversation. A lot of y'all don't even want to have a conversation. Y'all just want to sit
No.
on there for 3 hours and talk all that bullshit.
And I'm talking about, and I'm just being honest, man. Cats went off. You know, cats went off. Some cats went off more than others, and I was able to have dialogue with some of them. And I was like, "Hey, man, I know it don't look good, but see, right now it has nothing to do with how I feel or how you feel. But see, most of the people were as upset about it because of the money that this guy potentially um squandered or whatever you want to call it.
Man, I
But I
think most
wasn't.
folks was just mad because the Falcons finally got a pass rushing in the first season. He did something stupid, and,
Well,
and,
you
and they
know what?
thought it was over. And
Well,
they
you
thought
know
it was
what? And
over.
that's
They
okay.
thought it was gonna be like Mike Vick.
Well, then that's what they need to come back and say.
But
They need to come back and say they got in their feelings because they got PTSD from what Michael Vick did or what occurred with
That's
Michael Vick.
cool. We got a lot of PTSD as Falcons fans. But
Well, then you
y'all,
got look.
and
Don't
there's some people, even though it's a minority, that still want to demonize this dude. Say he got
well
let off light. They all agreed to the fucking deal.
come on now.
that and
But
that's the bottom line.
let me ask y'all this: all these moves we made at linebacker, do you think that forces Jalen Walker to stay at edge?
Oh,
And if
hey,
that does,
Jalen Walker
we
needs
got
to
a
be rushing the passer.
man Walker,
There are going to be
JPJ,
problems.
Aziz, and Sampson. Watch out.
Right. Exactly.
But check this out. And you can probably talk about this Georgia Texas boy. We were talking about Harold Perkins. Harold Perkins can get
Come
after
on
the
now.
quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he could really be a Caden Ellis type player.
Or hey, ooh, and then they was comparing what's his name, Kendall Daniels. They was comparing him to Devondre Campbell. And who was Devondre Campbell linebacker coach?
Come
Jeff
on.
Ober.
Come on. Man, y'all need to look. Y'all don't even pay attention to this stuff. See, y'all come on, y'all talk a lot of bullshit, y'all act like y'all know everything. And
We
I ain't
finally
acting like
about to
I
see
know
a Jeff
everything.
Obrick defense.
It's
Like
all
like
about
this.
But
paying attention.
y'all don't do any research. No research at all.
Well, everybody's not a research type person.
Nah, but if you gonna come up in here, you acting like you're all smart, and you got
I do
all the
limited
answers to
research,
the
man.
world,
I'm a eyes on guy.
then you
Who
better
me?
do some research. No. I'm talking
Oh, I
about a
got
lot
you.
of
I
these other
got you.
content creators. Nah, hey, we know who you
Well,
are.
here's the thing though. You know, if you're looking up information to prove a point, then you're not really looking at it objectively. Because stats can fool you. Numbers can fool you. Because most of the time, numbers only tell you what you have done. And a guy like me, I'm not really that concerned about what you have done in the past. I need to know what you're gonna do for me the next move. So that's why I'm not really heavy into stats unless I'm playing fantasy football or something. But I'm not into a whole lot of stats because it'll get you fooled. It'll fool you. That's just like the way that them guys did their draft in the last 2 days or last 3 days. That draft, man, once you sit back and you look at it, man, it was very strategic and you can tell it was planned. And I think that by the football gods allowed two of those picks to fall and are possible. a bad spade hand to fall right in their lap. Cause
Hey,
there was
hey,
no
you
way,
you
man.
you back to talk about that two and a possible.
At two and a possible, boy. Hey, I'm talking about, man. Them guys, man. I am probably was ready to trade back, and then Zachariah popped up. Well, AJ brother, little brother popped up. It's like, wait a minute. Are these guys kidding me?
Come on now. First round cornerback.
Right. What? Oh, okay. All right. Since y'all want to do it like that, let's go and get him. Then here comes Carolina. They pick up the guy I wanted. Okay, cool. I'm a little bit beside myself. I said, let me wait.
Man,
Then they go and get this speedster. I said, okay. Then they go and then they go get then they just start building. They building their little dog house in the backyard, boy. I said, boy, I see what y'all doing. And then they got the other two picks. And
hey,
hey
look,
man,
this
here we
I'm
here
gonna
we
tell
go.
you one thing about Carolina this year. Ain't this Bryce Young's 5th year?
Fourth,
Yeah.
fourth year.
So
Fourth?
This is fourth
Okay.
year.
4th year, okay.
Yeah,
And they already picked up his 5th year option.
yeah.
I think Bryce Young is still on the hot seat because
I
in
mean,
these
yeah.
3 years, he still ain't had a winning record. Yeah, they won the division, but you still ain't produced a winning record. And I feel like this division is gonna take more than 8 wins. We're not going through that no more in the NFC
Yeah,
South.
honestly, I kind of I you and I say, man, I was saying before the draft, 9 wins win the division. I think at this point, it probably gonna take 10. It will probably take 10 wins to win this division.
Like
See, that's
because
if
like you got to think about it. If Michael Penix or Tua, whoever come out as quarterback, win this job, we might have the best quarterback in this division. Think
oh
Don't
about
bet
it,
say that
bet
guys.
too
bet
loud.
bet
Think
better than old
about
They
it.
gonna
Shucky,
get mad
better
about
than
Think
old
that.
about it.
Shucky
Boy.
boy
You
in New
got Baker,
Orleans. You
you
talk
got
about
Bryce Young, and you got Tyler
you
Shue.
talk
And then
about better
for us,
old.
it's either gonna be Tua or Penix. We can really come out and say we got the best quarterback in the NFC
Man, I've
South,
been hearing everyone talk about old
hands
Shucky boy
down.
down in New Orleans is the best quarterback in the division.
Man, JPJ, that boy daddy. We
Oh
not
shit,
trying to
we
hear
already.
that.
Hey, you know, hey, you know he was probably the happiest man alive when he saw what JPJ did. He was the most terrified man alive when he saw JPJ get off.
Come on now.
Cause now he know he got an attitude.
You know he got an
Oh,
attitude, and he
I
don't.
feel
Hey,
sorry for
he
his
don't like.
quarterback.
Hey, JPJ probably don't like them gingers either.
Hey, look, and you know they're gonna be talking junk to him on the field. They nasty in New
Bruh,
Orleans.
hey, I feel sorry for the because think about it. We play some good ass quarterbacks this season coming up. I feel sorry for these quarterbacks. JPJ coming out with a vengeance.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm just like it's like I'm talking about is people really looking at the edge rushers that we got right now? JPJ, Jalen Walker, Aziz Ojulari, Samson Ebicton, and we still don't know what we got in Braylon Tunks.
I'm excited about what Samson could bring. I'm excited
Then the
about.
D tackle rotation, like think about it. It's depth. It's at least 6 deep at every position on that defensive side of the ball. Think about it. You talking about raising the floor? The floor has been risen.
Oh yeah, everybody got to come to count hungry.
Yeah.
Got to come to count
Cause hey,
starving.
you might think your job is safe, but don't be sure.
Think about it. If
And
Kyle Pitts did that in a contract year, what you think Kyle Pitts gonna do on the franchise tag? Then
Go
after hearing all
bonkers.
this trade. Okay, I'm finna show y'all in a scheme that's tight end friendly. Drake, y'all don't think I'm worth 30 million? I'm finna show y'all why I'm a dog.
Three dirty.
Bijan, I'm finna show y'all why I'm the best player in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Think about it. We got two quarterbacks that's trying to prove something. The dog finna come out of both of them, made a best man win. That's why this quarterback situation, man, we can sit back because it's a win-win.
It's a
Either we
win
got our
win.
quarterback now, or we gonna get one of the 15 quarterbacks next year.
Hey, check this out. 13 of y'all watching. And it's 12, it's midnight. Appreciate y'all support. But make if we coming up on 2 hours, make sure y'all hit the link. Hit the link and show support. Like button, all that. And hit the goddamn link. Come on.
Hey man, hey man, look, they might be in the bed with an earbud in, man, and trying to be quiet.
Man, hey,
They,
this ain't the stream that to put you to sleep.
Nah,
yeah,
We
but man,
trying to wake your ass up.
they might have their back to the peoples, man, and they trying to listen, trying to sneak a piece. You know what I
Man,
mean?
hey, they got the old lady on the other side, and she
And
trying to
she
she
thinking,
trying to
but
fool
yeah,
around. But
I'm
hey,
talking
I'm gonna
about.
say this: if you got your old lady in your bed right now and she trying to fool around with you, please get off of here.
Come on now.
hey man,
Give
depending on
that
how
woman
long,
what she wants.
it depends on how long you been in there, baby. Be like, look, it depends on how long you been in the game, man. You be like, shoot, let me listen at the boy talk for a little while. I'll be over there in a minute. Shoot.
Yeah.
Just- Yeah, man. Now if you been in the game 1 or 2 years and you in your 20s, oh nah, they ain't listening at none of this.
No,
But by them listening to us right now at this time of night says a lot about the situation. And it's not bad, but it'd be like, look, man, I've been in the game a long time. She ain't going nowhere. But I need to get in up on some of this dialogue.
come on
Hey,
But
now.
I
but
just can't hit the link.
oh yeah, yeah,
It be
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
man.
Sometimes shit, I be hearing y'all shit. Sometimes I just listen to it and just be laying in the bed.
Hey,
Chilling.
Exactly.
sometimes you got the old lady right there next to you. Now you never know.
Listen, man. My old lady my old lady damn it know everybody by her voice. So when I be on my show, she be like, "Who?" See, I know that was Blackberry. Yeah, I know Blackberry voice. That
Exactly.
was bit low. That was bit low. Yeah, man. Hey, man. My old lady just came up on 16 years a few weeks ago, brother.
Yes, sir.
Exactly,
Yes,
man. You ain't
sir.
what
Going
look.
strong.
Hey, look, and there ain't no podcast gonna come in between that.
But
Come on
No,
now.
sir. Yeah.
some of these people got all the time on their hands. They don't got no old lady or anything to worry about.
Hey, but
But
look,
but
let me give you a clue there, young buck. Sometime, man, when you got these podcasts like that, them women be glad you got that podcast. Now she know she ain't got no competition. You know what I mean? Yeah, she ain't
Yeah.
worried about that competition, man. She said, look, he over there on that podcast. I know where he at. Look, even if
come
she
on,
leave the
bro.
house, all she gotta do
Come
is
on.
sign in on it and listen. She know where you at, big dog.
Man, hey, she know you ain't no rabid dog running out there in them streets.
You ain't doing that. You ain't doing no dirt. And you on the done hit the link.
You ain't trying to
You ain't
fool
doing
Come
no
on
around
now.
dirt.
on her. Yeah.
But
You don't
yeah,
hit the
man.
link.
I
Hey,
think the
some of y'all need to hit
competition,
the link
man.
to really protect yourselves too.
I think the
Yeah,
competition for this offense, like, because the defense is more of a continuity. Like most of them been there, but like for the offense, outside of we finna have a brand new wide receiver room, damn near outside of Drake. Tight end room, damn near the same, but it's brand new. Quarterback room, brand new. Offensive line room, brand new. That 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 right there, what I was gonna ask y'all. What if Jawan Taylor have a good season?
That's another thing
Do
we
we
gotta think
resign?
about. Yeah.
yes, sir. This is an opportunity season coming up.
Like, I understand the 1 year contract, so I ain't worried about that because even at the end of the day, they not gonna get top dollar across the board type. So that's something I ain't worried about. Then we do got a lot of players on their final year, like Zach Harrison, Bergeron, who else? Devon Diablo, Mike Hughes, CP3, CJ Henderson. Who else? That's really about it because most of our defense up front is young. Most of our secondary is young now or locked up. This Jesse last year, maybe contract wise. This is last year.
Yeah.
I mean, like quarterback, depending on who we go with. If one of these guys succeed, we got a young quarterback. We could have a quarterback for the next 5 to 10 years
Exactly.
with either one of those guys, Tua or Michael Penix.
I think this quarterback thing is going to be very interesting this season and next season for for how our situation is stacked up. Because Miami owes him for this season and next season, right?
No,
Two.
so okay. So how that cat works? So they owe him 99.2 million. So the first year, this year, that was the rest of his guaranteed money. Next season was the money he already got paid, like a signing bonus money. So after this season, we would have to either franchise tag to it or give him a new deal.
Oh, okay. I thought
But
I thought they were going to owe him for 2 seasons.
on the books, it would look like they owed him for 2 seasons, but the other half of that money, he already got paid that money. That's like signing bonus money, like the money he already got paid for. But like
Oh, okay.
we can give Tua a Baker Mayfield deal, 3 years, a Sam Darnold deal, 3 years, a Daniel Jones deal, 2, 3 years. Like we ain't got to give Tua no 5 year contract. Now I ain't gonna lie, if him or Michael Penix come out and just light this shit up, then hey, you better lock it up. Don't even hesitate. And if you feel some type of way, just draft a quarterback next year anyway. You ain't got to draft him in the first.
Oh, next year's gonna be loaded with quarterbacks.
Facts. Any type of quarterback, whatever type of offense you want to run, you can get that type of quarterback next year. But that's the whole thing on if this don't work. Now, what if it works? What if Tua come here and still successful? You still got Michael Penix because he's still under a rookie contract. What if Michael Penix come in next year and just beat Tua out? Then we still in the no matter what it is, it's a win-win. Because if
And
they
everybody
both
everybody gonna play free.
right, because if they both of them don't pan out, you got 2020 like it. It would be no reason why. And I'm saying if both of them don't pan out, that means that we had another losing record. That's the only way both of them did pan out.
Right. Let me ask you this now. If let's say Tua start, I'm anticipating Tua is going to get denied. If especially if Penix don't do much in camp.
Okay,
Um,
hold on. Right now, we ain't heard nothing about Michael Penix doing sideline work. Michael Penix been with the team. Like we don't
right.
heard about Troy Anderson on the sideline. We don't heard about Billy Bowman on the sideline. We don't heard about Zach Harrison on the sideline. Michael Penix been with the team. Him and Tua.
Okay. Do you think that both of those guys a possibility would see action this season coming up?
Hmm. Will both of them see action?
Yeah.
Okay, so I look at it like this. Let's say to a start. The Tua got an above 500 record. Don't stop. I'm gonna keep it a book. Don't stop. Just ride it out. And then I
Right.
feel like you just ride it out until he get hurt. The same thing with Michael Penix. If Michael Penix start and Michael Penix got an above 500 record, why are you gonna switch quarterbacks? You keep going until something happens. At least you know you got a viable backup. The offense not gonna change. It won't be nothing to switch the quarterbacks. Everything gonna still gonna be the same. The call's gonna be the same. The protection's gonna be the same. The hot routes gonna be the same. It ain't gonna matter.
Okay. I'm just trying to. I hope that they don't experiment because them boys had a quarterback carousel in Cleveland.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it. Everybody kept getting hurt,
Well, that's
just
true.
like last year. Everybody kept getting hurt because it was Joe Flacco. Then they traded Joe Flacco. Then it was Dylan Gabriel, and he got hurt, and then Shador took over, and then never let it go. But then now he got to go against Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel, and Taylor Green.
Mm. Oh, so Shadur's not locked in to start.
No, Cleveland.
Wow.
Coach Munkin already said it's going to be a quarterback competition.
I like that, boy. It brings out the best in everybody.
And then, if you being honest, if Deshaun Watson healthy, why wouldn't he be QB1?
Now, speaking of Deshaun Watson, did you low key want him to come to Atlanta?
I did during the
No,
time.
the door to come by, maybe. But during that time when they was talking about trading him, no, because I feel like at that time, if y'all went and got Arthur Smith to improve the offense, and you still had all these players, why? And
That
then
was
look where
weird.
we at now, and then
Right.
look where we at now. Technically, we still ain't got a quarterback, but we could have a quarterback type shit.
Yeah,
But
that
I
was a
don't know,
weird
man. It's like
situation, though.
this quarterback competition. That's really the the main ingredient. If we get this quarterback right, why can't this team succeed?
We don't have no excuses not to. Even the media ought to be riding high.
Like I feel like that's gonna be as of right now. I feel like that's gonna be the only reason we fail. But we got a head coach who done made it work a few times with different quarterbacks.
Man, I went back and looked at some games that Stefanski was calling the offense, and some games where Reese was calling the offense. Now Reese was calling the offense from in the booth, but the plays that they were running, man, they gave all the teams that I've watched a heavy dose of the run game.
Yeah,
And
because
yeah,
like you got to remember with Tommy Reese, Tommy Reese, he's a college offensive coordinator, so he used to calling plays from the booth. Like that's the difference. Like that's the difference between him and Zach Robinson. Tommy Reese coming into Atlanta, he has previous experience being a play calling offensive coordinator,
right.
whether it's in the NFL or in the NCAA.
And I actually like his play calling sequence, man, against good defenses.
Yeah, because like in one of the shows I did, I broke it down. Like Stefanski scheme, it's an old school run the ball, play action type scheme. Like that's the type of scheme he got old school. If I can run it down your throat, I'm gonna keep running. Then I'm just gonna bust you with a pass. If the pass is there, I'm gonna take it. But he's a run first offense. Bringing in Tommy Reese, you're blending in that modern in NCAA football to where all the quarterbacks is in the pistol, all the quarterbacks is in the shotgun, or they under center. They doing that all in the same game. They might be under center one play, they might be in the pistol. That's gonna help Michael Penix and Tua because even if you're looking at some of the quarterbacks in the NFL, not all quarterbacks is under center every play. Sometimes they in the pistol, sometimes they in the shotgun. Like that's gonna be that moderate twist between Tommy Reese, Kevin Stefanski, and Alex Van Pelt and Bill Callahan. You taking all that old school, and then you're gonna bring that modern flair with Tommy Reese and Tanner Easton, who came over from Detroit before he was the Jets offensive coordinator. You see what I'm saying? So like we going back to the old school concept of run, 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 but we finna have that modern touch to where it's gonna be able to flow for these quarterbacks. They gonna simple the offense down. Like we're not looking for you to 50-yard bump. No, take your time, flow, manage the offense, and you got all these weapons. Use them.
Okay, what do you think the circumstances were? And this is just an opinionated question. Do you think that Stefanski gave the play calling to Reese with Cleveland?
I mean, I think Stefanski was just like he's doing the same way that he was doing the way that he was brought up in Minnesota. Like when even though he had an offensive head coach, he got to call the plays for as an offensive coordinator with Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. Even though they had Kevin O'Connell, so I think that's the way they trying to do it now. Like, yeah, I'm the head coach. I'm gonna oversee it. I might step in if I feel like it's some bullshit, but overall, I'm gonna allow you to do your job as an offensive coordinator.
Okay, so in your opinion, it wasn't no controversy in it. It was just the process itself.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's what I want. I wanted to hear, and hopefully that's the consensus of the majority of the people that's going to be going into this season with Stefanski, running the ship.
I mean,
That's what I'm hoping.
we got knowledge across the board. Just different from that last regime. That last regime, we had a lot of first time coaches in that position.
Yeah, you're
This
right.
go around, we got they all done this job before and more. We got former head coaches as the offensive line coach. We got a
That
former
is true now. It's a total turnover now.
we got a former offensive coordinator at every offensive coach position outside of wide receiver, like outside of the position groups, all of
Hmm.
the offensive names like the quarterback coach, the passing game coordinator, the offensive coordinator, the head coach, the O line coach, they all been offensive coordinators.
What about the special teams coach?
We gotta see. I like the pieces he brought in. If he wanted to go with veteran pieces on the special teams,
You know that you know that guy we picked up, the defensive tackle we picked up. He's a special teams ace.
Oh yeah, blocked a few kicks. I watched his tape.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. Hey, boy, like I told you, man, that stuff was strategically done.
Yeah,
And
we didn't. We
and the
didn't.
crazy thing about it is they don't have to explain it.
No,
Like
because we didn't. They didn't. They
like
didn't
they
do
had to
nothing.
explain the other moves we made.
Yeah, they didn't. Because this is the first draft in a long time. We didn't do nothing irrational like trade up for what we sat there the whole night. We even traded down once and got an extra pick. We just sat there the whole night. It was a solid draft, in my opinion. Solid draft across the board.
Oh
We
yeah, it was solid.
and then the offensive lineman we picked up, he could play tackle and guard, and he big too. That boy
Yeah,
6'7", 332. That's a big boy.
that's a big guy, boy.
That's a big guy,
That look, that's the answer to Lee Hunter.
man. I ain't gonna cap. To me, it just looked like, yeah, Carolina was just drafting. I think Carolina was just drafting names. Like they didn't care because, like, outside of their first two picks when they took um Monroe and Lee Hunter, that draft was random. Like you took Chris Brazzell, bro. You already got Ted. You already got Leggett. You already got Coker. You got
Right,
about five tight ends. Like, come on,
and you went and picked Frank's back up.
come on. The Saints, I feel like the Saints, they in the whole rebuild, so they just trying to get as many picks as they can because they trying to fill up the cover because they know that they gonna be in cap hell for a whole minute. Tampa Bay, they on the cusp of a rebuild because think about it. In the last 5 seasons, they don't had a 10-win season once. Why you think Mike Evans left?
I was thinking I didn't want to say anything when I heard he was leaving. I said the writing is on the wall.
Was it really because that they got beat by Atlanta? Think about it, bro. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Tampa Bay has won the division, but if we really look at it instead of looking at the stats, just like you said, think about it. They don't won the division twice with an 8-9 record. I think they won it twice with a 9-8 record and one with a 10-7 record. They ain't never went over 10 wins when they except when they had Tom Brady.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Mike
The
Evans say,
writing's
bro,
on the
I'm
wall.
gone, bro. I can't win no championship here. I'm telling you, this is our time. If we gonna do anything, this is our time. And if history repeats itself, Atlanta, we usually win the division right after Carolina.
Okay, and I hope them stats work in our favor. And them boys thinking highly of Bryce Young right now too.
Yeah, but see, I feel like because like you, I don't know, it could just be me. You got benched twice, and you still ain't produced a winning record in 3 seasons going into season number 4.
Right.
Think about it. Compare his 3 years to CJ Stroud 3 years. Who won that draft?
Man, CJ just he shined when he needed to shine. Or we failed when we needed when he needed us to fail. That's how I see it.
I mean, I'm just it's just like right now, folks don't want to say it, but the top quarterback in our draft class right now is got to give it to Bo Nix. When it come to him, Michael Penix, Caleb, Jaden, JJ, right now, you got to say Bo Nix is the number one quarterback in that draft class.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Look, we said something about Bryce, and look who popped in. And look
I
who
come to
popped in.
I come to ask y'all about the draft, man. I need y'all to catch me up. I don't really know nothing about y'all's draft.
we had a solid draft. We had a solid draft.
What positions y'all get?
We picked up AJ Terrell, brother,
I
at
saw I
cornerback.
saw that. I saw the video of AJ Terrell talking about he knew that y'all was gonna draft him.
Yep, and then we picked up Zachariah Branch, the wide receiver from UGA.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that one. That was it.
We picked up Harold Perkins out of LSU.
There's always one of them LSU players that goes to an NFC South team.
Yep. Other than that, we just picked up mostly some more depth. We ain't really pick up no flashy players.
But you guys came and y'all traded up and got the player that I thought we was gonna get, or I wanted us to get in on the first round. Well, when our first pick, but it would have been. I think it was you guys' second pick
The second
when you
round,
got
yeah.
Lee
Lee
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw a video he did. I guess like the introductory press conference video chat he did for the Panthers.
yeah.
This man said, "I'm ready to run through a fucking brick wall for this team." I said, "I like this kid already."
Oh, he a nasty guy now. Y'all got a real nasty.
Oh, they calling him the fridge and all that. And I saw a little bit of his highlights. I was like, "Oh, him next to Derek Brown is gonna be nice."
So let me ask you, as a Carolina fan, how do you feel about Bryce Young? In my opinion, I feel like Bryce ain't proved nothing in these 3 seasons. Yeah, y'all won the division this past season, but y'all still had 3 losing seasons.
It's it's a little more complicated when it comes to talking about Bryce. I feel like compared to like talking about the progress of most quarterbacks that come in the league, because we had no business taking a quarterback when we drafted Bryce. The rest of we didn't have a team at all. We needed to rebuild the whole team when we drafted Bryce. We got the quarterback and then tried to put the pieces around him. Teams usually they'll get all the pieces and then try to find the right quarterback. But yeah, his rookie season was rough, man. And the second year wasn't a whole lot better. The benching and all that. I thought he was all right last year. I thought he played damn good in the playoff game, but I will say that I talked about it on my channel a lot last year. Though he's got to stop with those like 100 to 40, 160-yard games with a pick and no touchdowns. He can't keep doing that.
So do you think Bryce y'all long term answer, or y'all slick building y'all team to get a quarterback next year?
Just like not numbers wise, but like the leadership step up he took. the last quarter of last season going into the playoffs. I think that really is what earned him is the picking up the 5th year option, and the fact we hadn't won the division in 10 years probably helped. But I think to answer your question, I've always been optimistic about Bryce. He does piss me off a lot of times, like I said, those 140-yard games with a pick. That shit's ridiculous because he'll have games where he throws like 300, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm like, you can do it. You just need to be more consistent about doing it.
Yeah,
It's if he can figure out how to be more consistently good than consistently mediocre, I'd feel a little better. Because it's like he'll show you a flash, you're like, oh damn, that's why he went number 1 overall, and then he'll have a game where you're like, bro, what happened? Last week you was good. That's what the Jake Delhomme days felt like sometimes too. I'm sure y'all remember Jake Delhomme would have a good game, then next week he'd throw like 3 picks and we'd lose.
oh yeah, man. I think the division wide open, but I think this year it's going to take 10 wins or better to win this division.
I think Tampa's on the downfall.
Yep, I
The
think
rest of us have been rebuilding for a while. It's about time for the 3 of us to go back to fighting each other. The Saints, Falcons, and Panthers.
I think Tampa Bay they trying to they going through what we went through with Matt Ryan. They trying not to fully rebuild. They just trying to keep on adding some pieces without fully rebuild.
I think them losing Mike Evans is going to hurt them more than they realize as the season goes on this year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I said that earlier. Mike Evans saw the writing on the wall.
and
Yeah,
Levante
I
Days.
agree.
The NFC South should be good. Like right now, we going through them days of the NFC East, the Cowboys and the Eagles and the Giants when they was going through all their bullshit, and we had 2, 3 teams in the playoffs and stuff like that. We just going through a little downfall spiral right now, but the NFC South gonna get back to being a good division.
Yeah, because, man, it's always more fun when the NFC South is a tough division and we can all just talk trash to each other about our teams or whatever the case is with the division. It's always a lot more fun like that.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come on now, Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, Drew Brees. Come on, man. You couldn't say this right here was one of the most
And that's
exciting divisions to watch.
that's back when the national media used to say that we were the toughest division in football. I was like, man, we had some good teams. And we were the first division to have every team in the damn division go to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
You didn't know that after they realigned the teams in '02, we were the NFC South was the first division to have all 4 teams make a Super Bowl appearance.
That's an interesting fact.
Yeah, the first year the NFC South existed, Tampa won the Super Bowl, and we lost the year after that. Then what? New Orleans,
yep. In '06.
us again, then you guys. And then
And Tampa and
Tampa win again. Yeah, Tampa got that COVID ring. They got the Gruden ring and the COVID ring, man. They say that John Gruden knew all the plays the Raiders was running. I mean,
of course he did. Didn't he come from the Raiders before going to Tampa Bay?
yep. And they were
Come
still
on
running
now.
all of his plays.
Come on now. He knew every. Come on. Come on now. I mean, make it make sense. How y'all gonna still use this playbook and not expect the man to recognize what y'all running when y'all go on the field and line up?
I never understood that about certain NFL coaches. It's like you're a professional head football coach. You don't ever think about like what could the other coach use against me? Any kind of advantage you can get in sports, you better take it.
So, how do you feel about your draft with the
Uh,
Panthers made?
you know what's crazy is a lot of our fan base was complaining on Twitter, but I think we had a solid draft. I don't
Y'all
feel like
got
we
that other
reached
tall
for
ass
nobody.
receiver for Bryce. He gonna need that.
How
I don't
many
feel like
tall
we
wide
reached for
receivers you need?
nobody or nothing. Lee Hunter, I'm excited about Lee
You
Hunter.
should be fucking excited about that dude.
Hey man,
We need to make this defense mean again. So I like having dudes like that on the defense.
Oh yeah,
everybody
he
trying to
definitely
stop
a
Bijan.
nasty dude. Yeah, they trying to stop Bijan, man.
We gotta get that run defense better. That's the main reason they took him because we was like I, some stat about how efficiently you defend the run. We was like 26th. We've had a trouble defending the run ever since we switched to a 3-4 though.
Man, how tall was that guy y'all took in the first round?
Hey,
How
that Georgia
tall is
boy.
he?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's been making jokes about Bryce ain't
Yeah,
gonna be
Bryce
able to
ain't
see
gonna be able
over
to
him.
throw. I was gonna say, Bryce ain't gonna be able to throw over that dude.
But he's
Monroe,
a
Ball gon'
tackle.
that
He's
Georgia
ball.
not gonna
boy.
be in. He's not gonna be in the middle.
Shoot, hey, Bryce trying to get the ball on the
That's
outside.
why Bryce rolls out a lot though. Bryce will roll out to the left or to the right to get a better view of the receivers. Drew Brees used to do the same shit. Or Drew Brees would drop back so far that he could actually see downfield. That's why he fried his arm.
Shit, Bryce don't even really have a fucking arm like that.
I've seen him make some
See,
impressive deep passes.
he's made some, but
He don't do it consistently.
he don't have the arm to do it
Man,
consistently.
Nah, he's more of like a Peyton Manning. I'm gonna play boring football to wear you down type quarterback. I wish he'd use his legs more like he did in the playoff game when he took off running and we lost it in the stadium. I was like, man, Bryce, you got to do that more. Like when they open up the middle of the field, take off and run.
They
You got the
probably
advantage of being able to slide, and not if they hit you, it's a penalty.
tell him not to do that though, cause they come crashing down on him like we
It's a
got.
penalty though.
Well, hold on, yeah, but I mean he gonna get fucking beaten up. His career could be done. One shot to that
Well,
and
these
it's
days
over
they'll
with.
probably give you like one penalty towards being ejected from the game or whatever they say.
Man, shoot, you got some mean motherfuckers that just don't care.
Whatever the equivalent the NFL be doing today to like tax in the NBA now. I forget what they call it.
unsportsmanlike conduct, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, but they'll say like this is his first warning. If he gets penalized for something like this again, he's ejected from the game or whatever.
Oh yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct, tick one.
Yeah, I just think of it as like tech, like a tech in the NBA.
What you
So,
think?
looking at y'all schedule, who you think Carolina gonna play week one?
Probably one of y'all. Almost every year, the NFL starts us out with somebody in the fucking NFC
I
South.
think we're gonna play Cleveland week one.
I wouldn't be surprised they make us play the Saints or Tampa Bay. They might want that rematch with Tampa Bay week one for us.
Yeah,
I want that rematch week
How many
one.
primetime games you think y'all gonna get? Y'all finally gonna get a Sunday night football game?
Two or
hell
three,
no.
maybe. Two or three primetime games, maybe.
Y'all finally gonna get a Sunday night football?
If we do, yeah, I guarantee you it'll be against somebody in the division. Because
They'll probably give y'all.
almost every time we've ever played on Sunday Night Football, it's an NFC South game.
I don't remember the last time y'all played on Sunday night.
I think it was against y'all, Bryce's rookie
Uh,
season,
oh hell no, we didn't play on prime time that year.
or it was
Y'all ain't
the
played
we
on
played the
Sunday.
Saints.
Man, y'all ain't played on Sunday night in 10 years.
We played the Saints on Monday Night Football. That's what I'm thinking of. Shit, has it been that long?
Yeah,
Fuck, I don't know.
yeah.
I forget more than I remember now.
Exactly.
Hmm.
It is crazy that we might have been the only division where like all the teams basically had to rebuild around the same time, except for Tampa, because all they did was go out and buy Brady and
I
Gronk and
was
say,
telling
"Here,
people this will be a dogfight. I think this year for the division.
oh, we owe Tampa a fucking punch in the damn face right back." That bullshit with the referees the last time we played them was insane. I've never seen no kind of bullshit like that in my
I
life.
got a feeling Tampa ain't gonna go quiet into the night like I thought they were.
How they're gonna fight it going down.
Yeah, they'll probably try to keep it afloat at least for the early part of the year.
If
Even
they
though
start out bad, the Bucks fans already want Bowles gone.
shit.
It could blow up real quick for Tampa if they don't start out hot. I don't know if I believe in the Saints. I mean, they looked good at the end of the
I
season,
like
but
some of the guys that they got, but shit, you know me and the Saints. But I do like
I
some
just
of the
don't know that
guys.
I don't know if I've seen enough of Tyler Shuck to be
I
like,
don't
oh yeah,
know.
they got a
Yeah, but
quarterback now.
well, I mean, they got weapons around him. If that team can stay healthy, he just got to get them the ball.
But he is a dual threat.
I mean, I don't think you really know what you got with any of the quarterbacks in this division outside of Baker yet. Still,
Yeah.
I mean, hell, they're all still really young, man. I sometimes I'll see their ages pop up on social media, and I'm like, dude, I forget how young some of these guys are. Like 23, 24. Oh man, I think about how stupid I was at 23 and 24.
And that's why sometimes I just get a little frustrated at older people reactions to when these guys get in a little trouble. well, not necessarily always little trouble, but you got to
You
understand,
know, like the
you got to
JPJ.
you got immature guys that run into go from being pretty much living hand to mouth
Well, shit,
to become
look, we
multimillionaires.
all know some fucking immature older people that don't got any fucking lives and live on this internet.
Well, but yeah, and they screw up. We all screwed up, and then, but see, we just didn't have that financial backing to finance that foolishness, or enhance it.
and or
So,
you just we didn't get caught.
oh man, you better believe it, bro. I tell people all the time, the only difference between me and them is I didn't get convicted. Shoot. So, I watch. I make sure that I don't put myself on a pedestal that I don't belong on.
Man, you got one fool on here trying to self incriminate himself, trying to flex all that. Oh, you wouldn't believe what I did back in my day.
Yeah. Hey,
And OG knows who I'm talking about.
bruh, for a mother to say that, boy, they clearly don't understand how this whole thing works. Yeah, it's with this social media. I'm very limited on this social media, and I definitely don't be talking about myself in the third person. Shoot.
Like The
So,
Rock?
yeah, yeah. You guys talk about themselves in the third person. I'm like, okay,
It'd be like if I started saying CPG says the Panthers are going to win the division.
exactly.
Man, what'd you think about WrestleMania?
That shit was mid.
I thought night two was better than night one.
The Punk and Roman match was the best shit of the weekend. It was the best thing they put on there, in my opinion. The Punk and Roman match.
Yeah, man, you got all these grown men over here, and but see, they stupid too. They're really stupid. And CPG knows who I'm talking. So knows some of them, but
Yeah, man. I remember when we all used to just get on here and talk sports. There's a lot of weird shit on YouTube these days.
shit, they probably all. Hey, some of these zoos do have kids, but they probably gotta have they probably don't have no unsupervised visitation either.
What always got me was the people who don't like sports and think it's boring. While they always try to invade like sports spaces on the internet. Also, I think you. This is just my personal opinion. I've always thought you must be a weirdo as a grown ass man if you think you better than somebody because you don't watch sports. Nobody cares.
Nah, that just means you gay.
Regular men like to watch sports and talk about sports with their buddies and shit, man.
If you don't watch sports as a regular dude, you're gay.
So me, like, I gotta get me a beer when I go to a Panthers game. That's like the football experience.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
shit, you get drunk over there.
I don't, not anymore.
Like, so some of these dudes do though.
Oh yeah, they look, man. I seen some boys toe slam up at a football game. Now I'm talking
Oh
about
yeah.
broke down.
Every time I go to one, there's always somebody obnoxiously drunk.
Oh gee, is there anyone in your section when you go to the games at the bins that gets drunk?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a couple of them guys. Hey, look, man. Them cats be walking up there with them beers, and you just see them. Soon as they finish it, they going back down. They going back to the concession stand. Man, they might drink a 6 pack. Well, that's more than a 6 pack. Cause those cups are big.
That's
And then
crazy though.
the beverage guy he comes around, and he's selling beer also. So
That's
some
crazy.
guys be doing it up.
See. I don't get that because I don't want to be so drunk. I don't remember even being at the game. I want to remember the game, unless we're getting our asses whooped. Then, hey, I've been there. Our quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Y'all did have Baker.
That's why he talks shit about us every time we play Tampa. Now he's so mad that he thinks we did him dirty and shit. Like, bro, you and Sam Darnold were stinking up the place here.
Look, be like, we did you a favor.
Yeah, honestly, you would think he would look at it like that. Like, oh, this is the team I was supposed to be on because I sucked on every other team.
That's what get me about people sometimes. They don't they want to talk about the journey, but then they don't respect the journey.
It looks just like that thing. You talk about putting in the hard work. When it's time to put in the hard work, they want to run from it.
Hey man, you got to put in the work, man. And just because you put in the work, don't necessarily mean you're gonna be successful either. It's just one of them things, man. It's just what you got to do. People say trust the process. Process just mean work.
I mean, sports fans in general are quick to like count a player out if they don't come balling out the gate.
Right.
It takes a lot of, if you look at it in the grand scheme of the like last decade of NFL drafts, it's taking these young dudes a lot longer to figure it out in the NFL.
Cause too many moving parts, and it's too much distractions too.
Who would have thought Sam Darnold would have been the first out of Lamar and Baker and all of them to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, that is a good point. But
If you asked me
Sam
that back
Donald,
on draft night back then, I would have laughed at you if you said it was going to be Sam Darnold.
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to stick with the process, man, and just make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do, and not let the circumstances, change what you're doing. Especially if you're still in the NFL, all you gotta do is continue to stay relevant, home in your craft, stay healthy, stay available, and it should work out. If
Ron
you're ready.
Rivera used to have a saying when he was the coach here. He'd say, control your inner ape. And APE was an acronym that stood for attitude, preparation, and effort.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. Very true and powerful statement right there, buddy. And that's one of the things I knew that, I use the concept. I just try to stay clean. Just stay clean, and everything should work out for you if it's meant to be. So yeah, he's right. And you can't just be stagnant either. You got to put in some work. You got to make some changes. You got to be uncomfortable. You got to get be like when you first start working out. You
Oh,
got to
yeah,
be
man.
sore. You got to get sore.
Some of the most successful people are people that failed 1,000 times and tried one extra time and got it.
Yep. I heard a guy say, um, if you fell down 7 times, that means you had to get up 8. I was like, wow, okay.
Man, did you see that thing I sent you earlier today?
Yeah, man, that was. Hey, but let me ask you this: Did that guy? Did he ever make it to the NFL?
Nah. The injury he suffered. Some of y'all need to go look up Inky Johnson. That story was actually, man, I remember, sitting there. My coaches
I'm
really
talking about
just
the
showed
dude that
us.
had that shit rupture in
Yeah,
his chest and
He
everything.
played at Tennessee. I remember,
Yeah,
man.
that's a crazy story.
My coaches showed me that, man. I'm gonna tell y'all a story, okay? this was actually junior high. Or it might have been either freshman year of high school or junior high. I think it was maybe junior high, like maybe my eighth grade year. Man, we just got our absolute butts whooped, and you know how coaches are. Man, one of my coaches it started off day after we watching film. He started off with that video that I sent to you, and
Okay.
that video has stuck with me ever since. I'm like, damn, that dude was dedicated. Now he's a motivational speaker now, so he figured out his purpose. But yeah, he was
Hey man, that's
determined.
why
It just wasn't meant to be, but he did everything he could to get to the NFL.
that's why I try to tell people. You know, when you see them online arguments, like Australian people will say rugby's better because they don't need protection. I'm like, dude, these guys are still almost dying with all the protection on. Imagine if they didn't have it on.
But man, OG, I'm telling you, man, that was something, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a lot.
Yeah.
He stuck it out for if he could.
Gotta say, you could probably, hey, that's something you could probably show to your grandkids if you needed to.
Oh yeah, I always send them positive content.
Yeah, but that dude talking about every night. He was 7 years old. Every night, man, his mama worked at Wendy's, and she be sitting in that old rundown car they had. And after practice, he still had to run the fields so he could make it out of the NFL. And mama didn't have to work at Wendy's anymore.
That's what real drive used to do to people. Now they just get online and complain.
Yeah, they looking for someone else to solve their problems.
Yeah, that's what I meant by distractions, man. You know, people. It's hard for you to just go in behind the door, the closed doors, and put in the work, man, and then when when you're ready, you come out. You know, some things are not meant to be seen or heard when it's in the process because there's going to be somebody that's going to either get in your way, they're going to distract you, you're going to distract yourself. Something's going to happen, and I just think that's just one of those things, man. That has been the downfall of many in the last 20 years.
That's a down.
Is that social media and these phones?
Oh, we know how you feel about these phones now.
Oh yeah,
Hey, we, hey,
you know,
we, we,
especially
we,
with teenagers.
hey, we talk about, cause hey, we joke about if you were able to become a principal of a school, what's the first thing you would do?
You're not gonna bring no cell phones in my school. I'm
Shoot.
sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, hey,
People are not gonna agree with it, but you still got to go through the office. You still got to go through the office. You can't, even if your child call you, you cannot just walk into school and go to their class or wherever they are. You still got to report to the office. So, and then these kids get their phones taken because they violate the rules. Then they want to fight the teachers.
tell them about that story.
Nah,
Tell them about that story with that teacher. It's on the news.
man, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it, man. The girl tried to fight the teacher, and she didn't realize the teacher was from the hood too. And the teacher put them through them hands. Yeah, she didn't. She thought God, the lady was up there at the desk that she didn't know how to throw hands either. Like, okay, you about to get these hands today, you know. But of course, you know they wanted to blame the grown person, telling her what she should have did. But nah, you don't have to. You shouldn't have to allow people to assault you without you defending yourself. That's kind of ludicrous to me.
Yeah, but hey, yeah, and I know you said that ever happened to you, you ban them right then and there.
Oh man, definitely those phones would the next day there's going to be a sign off sheet for all the parents that
You
your
know,
child is not allowed to bring these phones to school. I'm sorry.
it's crazy that you say that because I think it was my senior year of high school. The principal told us if somebody starts attacking us or like hitting us, whatever, if we hit them, he said we need to curl up into a ball and wait till somebody breaks it up because if we hit them
Nah,
back, we're gonna get suspended.
nah.
And we were all like, "That
That,
don't what? That does not make any sense. So we can't defend ourselves."
check this out though, man. You could ball up all you want. You're still gonna get suspended, bro,
That's
because
true.
of the politics. You
That's,
still gonna get suspended.
and another thing too, I remember seeing something about this. I remember a situation. It also depends on who you get in a fight with.
Of course,
Hey,
of course.
if you get into a conflict with an athlete of any sorts, even if you don't even try to defend yourself, best believe, especially that's a star athlete, you're the one that's going to be taking the hit.
Hey man, I seen some
Yep,
crazy
they
shit in
said.
high school.
Oh yeah, I know y'all have. Y'all boys a lot younger than
I
me.
walked in the building one morning over there near the gym, and there's just a pool of blood in the hallway, bro.
Damn.
I was, the school hadn't even started yet, bro.
Man, I remember one morning. It was actually a few times, man, throughout my time in school. Well, and you could, well, y'all got actually most of my, well, actually all of my sophomore year was COVID. Uh, but when I was going to school in person, man, there were situations. Some mornings you had two, three fights pop off, but even before 8:15 a.m.
Yeah,
Like shit, they get to
which is
fighting
crazy
now.
because I
Yeah,
wasn't even fully awake yet
what?
when I first got to
I'm
school.
like,
It was
man, it's
crazy
too
to
early
me.
for this bullshit.
That's how I always was when I came to school in the morning. I'm like, it's too early for all this bullshit. Y'all in
Man,
here screaming and shit.
man, yeah, yeah. I tell them, y'all clearly ain't even been to bed.
Man, I don't want to hear that. I just woke up.
Y'all, y'all ain't been to bed. Yeah, I
Oh,
see.
going to school after you stayed up all night is
I couldn't have fucking
not
done it.
for the weak.
Couldn't have fucking done it.
I did it once or twice,
Yeah,
and
I
it
think
was
I did
terrible.
do
I'm
it for the
falling asleep during
one.
class.
Oh, one time where like I did it. I only got like an hour or two of really only 2 solid hours of sleep that night. I was kind of up the entire night. Uh, but yeah, man, that next day, especially later in the day, man, it was a. I remember, man, it was a struggle. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. I remember when I got home that day, I ate some dinner, and then right after that, man, I went to my room and laid down. I ended up sleeping 12 hours. So
Wow.
from like 5:30 or probably more than that. Maybe like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I woke up like once or twice, but I slept pretty much for 12 hours after I did that shit. I had to recover.
Did you learn your lesson though?
Shit, yeah. Hey.
Because I didn't. I went to work after I'd been up all night.
Well,
So I got
I learned
Feeling.
my lesson as far as doing that shit cuz hey, you got to go to school on that and deal with all that bullshit, but hey, sometimes eventually as an adult that's just going to be the situation. There's going to be sometimes I always say if you can get a solid 6 hours, you're good. You might it probably ain't the best, but you'll still be good with it. Ideally 7 or 8 is probably what you need. That's where you're feeling good about. That's a good day. But man, there might be some nights where stuff happens, and you can only get 3 or 4 hours. And I mean, sometimes you gotta do that now as an adult. But as going to school, that's why most of these kids only came up in there with 2 hours of sleep. But hey, check this out. That's why test scores were so low. Still are low.
I don't know, man. I always thought it was crazy because when I was in high school, they always said we had the best test scores in the county. Well, I was like, I always asked everybody else what they doing at the other high schools in the county because we be goofing off half the fucking time and we're still acing these tests. Like we be in there bullshit with the
Man,
teachers and shit, like asking teachers to tell us about random shit.
hey. Well, I mean, sometimes that's how they connect. Some teachers connect. But check this out. I don't know. Were those state tests easy? Because in my opinion, some of the state tests that I took, they were if you just paid attention. See, that's the other thing too. They've dumbed it down so much, is what I've heard. I'm sure OG would probably say that, man, they
Man,
probably made it so easy for y'all.
dude, my senior year, North Carolina switched the state exam shit for the end of the year. And the math one I took, that was the most confusing test I've ever taken in my life. That the way they worded everything was so complex and convoluted that I was getting a migraine just trying to read the question. Somehow I passed that shit. I'm gonna guarantee you, I guessed on at least 35% of that test.
Hey, shit, a good grace of God. Sometimes that's just what it is.
Like one of the things was like infinity equals infinity, and I was sitting there thinking, there's no way I can calculate infinity.
Yeah, exactly. Infinity's infinity.
And you only got a certain amount of time to do state exams, and
Yep.
I don't want to sit there and waste like 30 minutes on this one question.
Some of those questions were meant for you to skip.
Yeah, they didn't even count. That's what I was told
But
too. Some of them
up
questions
until
didn't even count.
my senior year, man, the North Carolina ones up until my senior year, they were like really easy. The teachers would always tell us, "Oh, the state's going to try to trip you up and trick you." But man, the teachers' tests were harder than a state's test.
That's how I always felt. That's really how I
I
always
was,
felt.
I was like, bro, the state is a hell of a lot easier. We used to tell the teachers that we were like, your tests were harder. They're like, really?
Man,
Well,
that
yeah, but
shit.
it's like the state thinks you're a fucking idiot.
That shit is a. Man, that shit is a. Is I think all a setup because that's how it was when I was in school too.
It's just about the way they phrase the questions in there. That usually will give away the answer every time. They if they say it a certain way or put a certain word in there, you almost can guarantee what the answer is.
Right.
It's more like a programming than being like really correct or incorrect. You think about it,
Yeah.
because once you figure out how they word them things, I mean, those tests were easy.
Oh yeah, that's how I always felt.
Hey, look here, fellas.
You gotta
Time for the old
confess.
dude.
You gotta go
Yeah, man,
confess.
I gotta get up and go and confess in the morning, bro. So I'm gonna get ready to sign off.
Man, I feel old some days.
Yeah, hey man, keep waking up, bro. You get there,
But hey,
and
now, now, hey,
it's gonna be real.
the draft has come and gone, so y'all don't know what we
Yeah,
got planned now. Me and the OG.
hey man, I'm just gonna play it by ear, man. We're gonna get creative though. We'll talk about some different things. We got
See, I
waiting
listen to
for the
y'all for the Falcons news, man.
yeah waiting for the schedule to come out, and then
Oh yeah,
me
what
myself,
that's
I got to
coming up in
start
a
getting
few
ready.
weeks.
Yeah, and then I'll start getting prepared for my season. I hope it's favorable for me because I'm supposed to be going to the what they call that thing, the Death Star.
Vegas.
Yeah,
You
I'm
going to
gonna visit.
Allegiant?
Yeah, I'm gonna visit that stadium probably the third weekend in of the season. So I hope it works out for me. So we'll see.
Oh, nice.
But with that being said, fellas, I'm gonna have to check out. 'Cause I got to get prepared for later on this morning. I got to go and confess my
Yeah,
sins to the Lord.
you got a lot to confess after tonight.
I, I don't know, man. I do pretty good, man. I think it's more my thoughts than my actions.
Okay, yeah, cause hey, I know you. Sometimes you be mm, them
I be in a
thoughts,
bad place. Sometimes I be in a bad place,
man.
man.
Sometimes you let the
So,
fools get to you.
hey, man, if you're not human, won't get to you. A lot of people they get me with this, man. You shouldn't let that bother you. I'm like, I'm human, man, and I'm open. I'm vulnerable to my own self. Cause sometimes when you don't go through that process of dealing with issues, man, it puts pressure on you. You let it out, man. Sometimes it's just best to let it out. That way you can keep your load light. At least that's what I try to do.
Yeah,
All right, that feeling of disappointing yourself is a good thing. That means you hold yourself accountable for things.
Exactly. And when you got a lot of people, that's their downfall. Accountability means that you're never saying you're wrong. If you don't have accountability for yourself, then you're never saying you're wrong. And that is a lose lose situation.
Yeah, real accountability is like, hey man, that was my fault. I know I'm the reason that all this happened. I apologize for that.
And make the necessary changes to
Yeah,
to not
yeah.
repeat that. And that's the thing that, like saying like people that get locked up, first thing they figure like they're gonna try what they got locked up for, they're gonna try it again, but they're gonna do it different the next time. Which essentially gets them sent back to where they were.
Yeah.
So so that's what I'm about, man. I'm one of them guys that hey man, I was wrong. I said it, I stand on it, and it didn't work out. But that doesn't make me a bad person either. And that's another thing that, and I'm not gonna get too deep into that because I said I'm getting ready to go. But that's another thing that makes people not want to be accountable in front of certain people, because the other people are trying to make it seem like that you're less than who you are because you did do something human, like made a mistake or said something that you shouldn't have said, or in the heat of the moment or whatever. That doesn't define you as a human being. It just means that you got caught up in the emotions and you made a decision.
It's crazy you say that because these days I find myself biting my tongue more than I did in my 20s. And man, sometimes I'll think about it when I catch myself doing it, and I'm like, man, I realize how many pointless arguments I avoid these days by just sometimes it ain't the right time to say something.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to wait for the proper time. There's a time and place for everything, man.
When you're young and you got an ego, you're like, I mean, I don't give a damn about that.
And then when you get older, you start thinking about it.
Life will
You know,
humble
like
you, and you think about it different.
yeah, like you said, man. You think about all of the useless arguments that you got into. Once you learn that, then you can understand when people are trying to trigger you. And once you understand that, Oh, you got the battle beat.
Speaking of
Again, you
which,
can go
I gotta
ahead.
thank God for the grace of patience that He gave me that I did not used to have in my 20s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For real, man. Patience is a man. Patience is a dangerous.
I
No,
remember
I'm not gonna
praying
use that
for
word.
patience years ago too, man, because I got to the point where I was impatient about everything, and I would just blow up and get mad.
But see, the enemy has you.
Honestly, I feel some of that right now. That's one of my biggest demons is impatience.
I slow him down a lot, man. I'll be like, China, you got, hey man, you gotta wait your turn, man. Just slow down.
That's why the only
Think
time I
about it.
really get heated on YouTube anymore is like when the Panthers really grind my gears. Like go out there and have a piss poor performance after they said, "Oh yeah, we put in the work all week." You know what I mean? That grinds my
Yeah.
gears because like stop saying the same thing if you're not actually putting in the work to look better next week.
And that's the thing, man. They want to sound right. You know, they want to sound right like they're really doing it. You know, if you really put in the work, you don't have to say you putting in the work. It's gonna speak for itself.
Yeah, it's gonna show.
Yeah, it's gonna show. Most definitely. And
Because
that's what I try to do, man. I try to let my work speak for me, or statements that I made. Not that they're always right, but that they were done in taste and with integrity. But again, it's not always a popular thing to do. But I don't care about that either anymore. About having the masses co-sign for me. Because sometimes when you stand, and that's okay too.
Yep.
Yep. And I've
I
done
feel
it.
I feel a lot of that in my this point in my YouTube journey. I feel like one of the last of the old school style of Panthers content creators on YouTube.
Right.
Because everybody else now is doing all this. They got their Cash App and PayPal on the screen and everything.
shit, you ain't taking a shot at me, are you?
No, I'm saying there's a lot of Panthers channels that's like you can't tell if they really doing it for the love of the team or if they just trying to make some money.
Well, I mean, look, I'll say this. I think it can be both. I mean, shoot, you never turn down the opportunity to make some money, but at the end of the day, over here, I do it mainly for the love of. If I didn't love the Atlanta Falcons, this channel wouldn't exist.
Well, I'm not necessarily saying nothing like that. I'm saying like because I've always
Here-
had the option on my channel for where if you want to support the channel, you could send money to support the channel, but I don't ever really put it out there on
Here's the
like the screen and everything.
here's the thing. Do you? And and this is a rhetorical question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Do you go to any of the games?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing commentary. You're a fan, and you're taking some of your hard-earned money, or you may be taking the money that's sent to your platform, and you're actually attending games. Now, if you're a content creator and you never go to a game and you're hard on the fans,
Nah,
I got a problem with that.
you shouldn't
I
have
got a
that
problem with that.
fucking Cash App or Venmo or PayPal up.
You shouldn't, and if you're a bigger platform and you're getting paid for your content and yet you still never go to a game, or you don't make the sacrifice
I
to
guess
go
what
to
I'm
the
trying to
game.
say is that it feels different to me because when I started my channel, it was really just for the love of the Panthers, and I wanted to be able to talk to Falcons, Saints, and Bucks fans because
Right.
back then they were all over YouTube.
Well,
So I just did it for the passion of my team. I wanted to represent my team when people are saying we suck or whatever.
man, a lot of shit has changed. It ain't 2014 anymore.
But you actually go to the games though. So you're more than a content creator. You just use that, like you said, you just use this as a tool to have these conversations and to voice your own opinion
Yeah.
too at the same time.
Cause man, I'm gonna say this straight up. Like at the end of the day, I can talk about the Falcons all day, but not everyone that I'm around, wants to talk about the Falcons. And that's fine. Not everyone can talk about the Falcons. Not a lot of people that I'm around can really talk about the Falcons, especially outside of my family. Because be honest, we've sucked the last decade. There's not a whole. A lot of the shit I hear, when I'm out and about the Falcons, is about how fucking trash we are, and I can't argue with that. I really can't. Now, unless you're a Saints fan, then yeah, we're gonna get to we're what I'll say to them though, those that'll just say the Falcons suck is I'll just say, all right, who's your team? They'll say the Falcons. I'm like, you look like an absolute clown. Because we know the first moment that the Falcons do start having some success, you're going to be the first one hooting and hollering. They say, no, 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 I'm not. I'm not really even a fan anymore. I'm a UGA. Okay. Now that we drafted all these dogs, we gonna see what you about.
But I just, like I said, I'm just, I did I don't know if you saw the video or heard the video. I did a thing. I broke down the fandom. The fans. There's more than one type of fan, and just went through what I observed, and just let everybody know.
We talk. Hey,
Everybody got their role.
we did that for 5 hours that
You
night,
know,
and then we did
everybody.
another, and then we did a 7 hour one where we gave the fans the opportunity to come up and speak and rebuttal everything that we said, and we talked about a few certain people. No one took that opportunity. They just decided to go up there a few days later and just say some things that I'll just leave it at this. It wasn't very smart to say.
But see, the thing of it is this right here, and maybe I'm wrong for doing this. Is I'm kind of a Falcon content creator or slash fan police, so to speak. I'm just being honest, man, because even though people say they can say what they want to say or whatever, it's kind of bad if you're giving the public a bad taste in their mouths about the Falcons.
You're an OG. That's what you're doing. What an OG supposed to do.
Right, because I'm not gonna crash out about nothing. I'm not gonna do nothing foolish, but at the same time, I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep this thing as clean as I can. And if I, like I said, if I catch a cat out here like really defacing the Falcons, I'm not, outside of getting personal. I'm like, hey man, you ain't supposed to be doing that. We're Falcon fans, and if you talking about the Falcons in a negative way, then you're gonna cause the other people to do it too. And then I have no grounds to stand because I'm not gonna fight a battle, a verbal battle with somebody, and I got content creators and other fans dogging the Falcons, and they're supposed to be their team. I might as well be quiet.
And a lot of these people really ain't even Falcons fans, and
Well,
that's how it's real. You probably know this too. That's how it's been for years. Now I'm not gonna say there isn't Falcons fans because there is, but a lot of okay. A lot of people talk about with Atlanta in particular. If you win, they'll show up. You gotta earn the city. And we're seeing it with the Hawks right now. With the Hawks, if you start winning, you'll earn the city. And I definitely think that's true, but I also think that just speaks to who Atlanta is. Atlanta's not gonna ride with. Atlanta's gonna be there with you for the highs of the highs, but they don't want to be there with you for the lows of the lows.
yeah, I was watching that Hawks game today, and man, you had a lot of Knicks fans fly in or just show up. at the arena, man.
I feel
Lots of
I feel
Knicks
well.
fans.
I feel like the thing was today the Hawks got really complacent, and you can't do that. You can't get complacent in a
They wasn't
playoff.
focused, man. That I didn't see the focus in the team to understand that they needed to be go up 3-1 and what type of advantage they would have had
I mean,
going back to New York.
they're a young team. They're a young team, and they're going to figure it out. Like every CJ's been the guy this series for the most part so far, making the big plays when it mattered, and CJ's what probably the oldest player on the team.
Yeah, but see the other kid, he was supposed to have
Yeah, Jalen's supposed to be the star, and I mean,
established.
he hasn't blossomed,
No, he has not.
and
It's like he's like a deer standing to some headlights right now.
yeah, and I mean,
Just from what I'm looking at.
but the thing is, this year, regardless, because of how the season was going, people are going to remember this as a great season. But this is supposed to be a stepping stone season because now with the Hawks, you got a top draft pick and you got a lot of money. If you can't progress forward past this, then there's going to be even more issues.
We need a big man. I know that because
Oh
we're
yeah,
not getting any rebound, offensively or defensively. And then our defense is suffering too because a lot of people going to the rack on us because we don't have any defenders down low. But that's another story for another time. But anyway, guys, um,
At least y'all in the dance,
PPG
man.
man, appreciate you showing up. Georgia, Texas boy. Um, his wife might have stuck her head in the door,
oh yeah. Hey, I
and
heard just before
me
he got off, he was doing a little giggling. You know what happened.
right. But anyway, man, I'm about to go turn it in, and so I can get up and straighten it out for another week.
So
But
hey,
but but uh but Chandler, man, let me know when you gonna have a conversation or you going on, man. You know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit the link.
yeah, I'm probably I'm gonna have to just see. I don't know after tonight if I'll just have to see what topic pops up. But if something pops up, I'll come on. Y'all know
All
me.
right.
I'll come on. At this point, man, I'm coming on when it's convenient for me. But I'm still gonna if we gotta come on and talk about some stuff, we'll come on.
We got to do an
Okay.
NFC South
Yeah, y'all need to
round
set that
table.
up.
Shit, we've been talking about that for a minute. Here's what you need to do. You need to get in contact with some people. You need to contact a Bucks
We
fan,
can
and you
probably we can probably get Noah on board.
you need to contact no. Well, Noah's got a busy work schedule, but
That's true. I forgot about that.
if we do it maybe on like a weekend or something, we might be able to do it. But see, man, I don't know how I feel about cause see, Noah used to have some days off during the week but now because of this new job, he works Monday through Friday.
Just contact the man and find out what's gonna work for him,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah, we gonna do
that
that.
give you a that give you a at least give you some options.
Shit, we gotta find a Bucks fan though. Get in contact with RTP or
You
somebody.
probably could, all you gotta do is put it out there. But somebody you got on them other platforms, man. You put it out there, somebody will show up. Pewter probably show up.
I'd like to get that one Bucks fan on Twitter that always has got something smart to say to Panthers fans on Twitter.
I wouldn't be surprised if it ain't Pewter.
His
Pewter tough
account,
boy.
his account's like dedicated to Baker Mayfield or Mike Evans or something like that.
Oh, okay. But man, y'all just reach out to them guys, man. I'm pretty sure y'all find somebody that want to do it. Yeah, that NFC South roundtable would be nice. Just this time of year. But with that being said, man, y'all guys take it easy, man. I'll see y'all on the next time.
All
All right,
right,
man.
Jeff. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man, get in contact with someone though. Noah will probably We'll probably have to do it on like a Saturday though. Is a thing. We'll probably have to. Which I mean, I guess that ain't terrible. You know, we can do it like. Well, we may have to also do it like maybe during the day on Saturday too. We just need to find a Bucks fan to do it with. Like I was saying too. I think I told OG this. I might actually have an opportunity coming up this summer because I'm going back to school in the fall to finish my degree, but I there might be an opportunity for me coming up this summer, and I gotta I'm going to consider it for sure.
All right.
So, but yeah, hey, we've been talking about, uh, man, a lot of these people, man, they just don't got lives.
Yeah, that's a big part of the reason I think a lot of people don't put out content the way they used to. Because man, life is hectic these days, man.
Man, we still got 8 people watching. Hey, y'all need to tap the link or do something. Tap the link. Shit.
Shit, a lot of people working a lot of hours these days. Sometimes you get home, you just trying to relax, watch TV, play the game, something.
Well,
Go out to eat. You ain't trying to
that's
sit
true.
here and plan a video out for like 10 hours.
That's true. But there's also some people that they don't got no life. Up all
I mean,
hours of the
when I was
night.
like when I
All
was like
out.
19 making videos, man, I had a lot of free time. I was working part time back in the
Well,
day.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I wouldn't say I have a whole lot of free time. I mean, it's a situation where, like, when I go live, I like to dedicate my time to it. You know, that's what I say. I appreciate all y'all that actually tap the link and y'all tap in and show support. And I don't mean to sound like a certain dude, but, at the same time, I mean, just tap the link and engage in a conversation. Just come engage. Because a lot of people will say stuff, especially in a chat, but they don't want to come on a panel and back it up. You feel me?
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah, but man, when do you think you coming back to? When do you think you coming down to Atlanta?
hell if I know, man.
Man, because we're all gonna try to do. I know some of the Panthers fans are coming down this year for the game. I also know Dirty's gonna be in Charlotte uh, for the game against y'all. So I'm gonna have to see my schedule, but I definitely want to make it to a road game this year. It'll probably have to be sometime in December though, but I'll see.
Yeah, yeah. It really all depends on the schedule.
See how the cards fall.
You know, a lot of the division games are the end of the year anyway.
Yeah, that is true.
And we usually end up playing one of y'all like 2 out of 3 weeks.
Yeah. What was that? I'm trying to think. Was there one year that we played y'all 2 out of the last 3 weeks? I know y'all played Tampa some
I
in the
think it
end.
happened just a year or two ago, to be honest.
Uh,
We- Maybe last year was Tampa. Yeah, this past year was Tampa. We played them, played somebody else. I think we played them, played the Saints, and then had to turn around and play Tampa again.
I thought y'all played. That did happen
Seattle.
one year, I think. Yeah, but what you just said that happened 1 year.
Okay,
So
whoever we played in between the Bucks.
yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna end this shit. So hey,
All right,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. You already know you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get up out of here.